59. Almost 9 o'clock, just like last night. No big intro today. Yeah, no big intro, just for Sundays. I keep the intro. Welcome. Now, I'm going to start at the very beginning here. As you probably know, I'm kind of learning to fly the Airbus. I kind of know what I'm doing now, but you see, I haven't even thought of my checklist. I haven't. There it is. I have the checklist. So that's a start. So yes, I'm going to do the whole start from planning to starting up the aircraft. Probably making lots of mistakes, and I've decided on where we're going to fly to. So I've just been on the Discord, telling everyone that I'm just going to go on shortly. Greetings to you all on on Twitter. I'm recording this on Twitter and YouTube, so I'll explain to you about the chat. Now, in order for me to see the chat on YouTube, I just have to get some things ready. So you're going to see the whole thing from start to finish. I didn't bother with a big long intro, to bore you to tears. You can see how the whole thing is kind of done from start to finish. Of course, with YouTube, you have to set some things off to get it working properly, which takes a little bit of time. So all I'm doing here is I'm just making sure I can see the chat. To see the chat on YouTube. No. There. Okay, it's live. So that's one thing I need to do. It ain't easy, There's a lot to. Not a lot to. Oh, there is actually a lot to it if you really think about it. Doing this broadcasting thing. It would be nice to have the producer usually does this. But I'm on my the producer's sleeping. Yeah, I know. It's just out of order, it really is. Now, where is this thing here I'm looking for in YouTube? Okay, so just a few little things before I start. There we go. And there you go, get ready. We're taking off from Oslo, by the way, in the North European server. If you're joining us in the sim itself, I'm flying the Airbus A320 Neo. I just updated it. I don't think there's any big fixes, they're just small fixes on it. So that's YouTube kicked off. Let me just make sure I have the chat here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Oh, no, I didn't do that right. No, that didn't happen. This is part of my preparation before we kick off, There we go. Now I have the sim itself. There I have the chat. Hello, Adam. Hello, said Adam. Ian Potter says evening. Evening all. Yes, greetings both of you. I know there's more of you watching on YouTube. There's 9 of you now at the moment. Yeah, I'm just looking at the chat, so I'll do my best now. Because it shouldn't be so busy, I could start chatting to you with the chat. Because Sundays are very busy in the chat, which is great, really. But the disadvantage of it being busy is you can't read all the chat. But once we're in the cruise, what's going to happen. I'm going to be chatting, and I'm the most important thing for me to do is to remember to descend in time, because I'm late descending. DCS Docs is on. A glutton. Yeah, a glutton. Treats. Get your treats ready. Get your treats ready for those of you who need a little bit of time. That's great. So that's that done. Let's have a look at where I'm going from. I thought we'd go from Oslo here. This is Gardermoen. So I'm going to do it. I know there's more complex ways of doing this. To whatchamcallit, the other thing. I have to spend a day on that. That's the only thing. So I'm parking. So I'm gonna. Oh, that's set as departure. Great. Okay, that's fine. So great. We are going. Okay. To Luton Airport because I downloaded the scenery from the store. There's Luton there. All right. So I'll hit set as arrival. So that's just a VFR straight line. Now, what bugs me is I set it to daytime earlier on because we won't be able to see anything because this is real live time. So once we get the sim, if I do it now, no, it keeps reverting back to live. I'm going to leave live weather on. Now, let me make sure this is in the evening. So we come into kind of a dusky. We might leave it there and maybe fly into the daytime. It's very dark in the north in Oslo, so it might be quite bright when we're arriving to Luton. I'm going to talk to you in a second as to why I chose Luton. I shall tell you now, okay? Now, why did I choose Luton Airport? where is the video? Let me just go to Discord here. I have so many windows here. Discord, do I have? Oh dear. No, I closed it down. No, I didn't. Sorry, that kind of glitches. Now, for those of you watching the recording of this on YouTube, this bit will be cut out, and I'll tell you why. There's a famous song that I liked when I was a kid in the 80s, and it's called Luton Airport, right? And it's a very good, catchy song. It's forgotten about now, pretty much. It's a very catchy song. So the problem is, if I put this on YouTube or on Twitch, possibly, I get a strike, a copyright strike. Now, the unfortunate thing about that is the music industry are shooting themselves in the foot, because when I play the song, some of you may like this, and you'll find it on YouTube, right? You will find it, but it's not monetized, obviously, because it can't. Probably the music companies put it up, I don't know. But anyway, I can't show this on YouTube, so I'll have to cut it out. Because I get a copyright strike, as I said. It's a pity, really, because music companies are kind of shooting themselves in the foot, because you won't get to see the song, which means you won't click on it, and then eventually, oh, this is really cool, I think I'll buy this on iTunes, and you won't buy it. So they're really shooting themselves in the foot. Anyway, for me, it's a pain in the neck. So, why Luton Airport? Let's get the video here. Come on, YouTube. I have to open up another window. Great. YouTube. Luton Airport. Luton Airport. Luton Airport. Luton Airport. Song. I want a good quality one. Is that the one I want? Okay. So this is why we're going to Luton.
Join 888 Casino today and play with 8.
Yeah, I can't turn off the ads on YouTube. I can't turn them off. Here we go. And it goes on like that. It's very good. It's a very good song. I didn't want to play all of it. For those of you who are watching a rerun of this, sorry, I had to cut that bit of music out. But I put a link in the description below. Right, so that's why I chose Luton. Yes, Crazy Madness has started a little bit of music. And hopefully I won't be kicked off Twitter for that. Or Twitch. We're on Twitch on YouTube. Anyway, yes. Equidus says, I have a few more calls to make before I can really join the fun. That's okay. I'm going to take a while planning. So you see what I did there while I did the music. I changed VF4 to IF4 low airway, IF4 low altitude airway. So let us get a approach. Now, the approach into Luton, I should have checked what approaches there are. Let's have a look. Please let it be an ILS. 2.5. Let me check the wind, because I'm going to do this as realistically as I can with the tools I have. So I'm using Aero Weather, one word, on the App Store for Luton. The Luton identifier is Echo. No. Oh, no, I didn't write it down. What's the Luton is? Okay, let me write that down, because I gotta have everything written down. Echo Golf Whiskey. That's Luton, where we're going to. Right, Luton Airport, oowee. So great. ILS 25. So let me just get the weather here. Echo Golf Whiskey. Oh, whiskey. Luton Airport. Luton Airport. That's confirmed. A variable of 2 knots, so it doesn't matter. At ILS 25. Normally the winds are westerly around this part of the world. A very nice, easy approach there. Easy. So that's that done. Let's have a look at a departure from Oslo. God, we're actually very close. This is going to be a quick flight. Oh, an hour and 26 minutes. Okay, great. Because if it's like 30 minutes or 40 minutes, you know, the danger is, because I'm chatting so much, it could be a bit dodgy. So we're going to depart. Let's see what the runway is active in Oslo. It's actually called Gardermoen or something. I can't pronounce it. Now let me know if the sound, of course, let me know if you can't hear my voice or the sim or anything like that, because I can fix that now. Echo November Golf Mike. Echo November Golf Mike confirmed. It's Oslo. The active runway in Oslo is, there's 2 runways in Oslo, and it's 19, and we have a 7 knot headwind. So runway 19, we can use either 19 right or left. So 19, we'll take this one. I hate when it does that. 19. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. What you know, we're going all the way around the world. It's the airways, what can I tell you? Okay. That appears to be on the airways. And we've got all that done. So it's great the way Microsoft have done this. I love it. Let us hit the fly button. Let me have a quick look at the comments. Someone might be saying, Gripper Sim, you left something out. Are all those 27,000 views yours? Is that in relation to the video I had with the FS? Anyway, I have a few close. Okay, great. Sencha. Is it SENSAH? Sensor? You would use SimBrief. Yeah, SimBrief, exactly. That's what I meant. SimBrief, I need to spend just a bit of time in SimBrief because it is more realistic and it has a mass and balance and the center of gravity and all your V speeds and all that kind of stuff. So I just have to spend a day in that. I was going to spend a day or a night doing that tonight. And I said, look, I'm going to stream. I got to make the video for the big update coming this Thursday. And that's Thursday gone, Friday gone for streaming. So I thought I'd do it early during the week. But I will get to SimBrief. I will most certainly. That's a nice. Okay, great. Okay, so let's hit the fly button. North European server. We're taking off from Oslo, Echo, November, Golf, Mike. Fly. So I have the camera here for the controls, but it won't reach over the other side. I'm using the Thrustmaster Airbus controls. I have the two of them I have the parking brake, I have the flaps, I have the gear button, I have all the bits and pieces, the engine starters and all that kind of stuff. So, which is really nice because the Thrustmaster has the detent. Now the camera won't reach. Can I unscrew that maybe and show you? Oh, I can. I'll unscrew the thing, the other camera, and I'll show you, but I can't. I have to work out a way to change it. Oh, because of the wire. Oh, I've got a little bit of slack there. A little bit of slack. Okay, let's turn on the camera. Let's turn on the camera. I'll just make sure I'm getting all the camera. There we go. If you're wondering what that is, I can barely reach it actually. There it is. So as you can see, I have to get an extension there to the wire. If I just move it even to a better spot there for you. There it is, hidden cleverly. There's my radio stack there. Okay, that's the Cytec stuff. Someone was asking me, will that work on the Xbox? I don't think it does. You really need to check that before you buy this stuff. And underneath that, I have a metal plate here. And underneath there is the Thrustmaster. It's got the park and brake. It's got all the bits and pieces, the flaps, you know, and the detents, which are very important because sometimes I've taken off at full power and it won't activate the autopilot. You just go flying through and over speed. You got to take it back to the climb detent. Also, you've got the button switches here. Very nice. The gear. You've got the engine mode starts, the rudder trim. And then of course I have for jet flying. Okay, let me just that's quite tricky. Guess what that is? That is a Thrustmaster. So I use that for other stuff as well. So that's kind of my set. I'll do a setup video one day. I keep delaying it because I want to make the room look cool. You know, I want to make the room look cool. It's taking a while to load. That's probably because it's first time seeing Luton Airport or Luton the scenery. There is my Bravo throttle quadrant, which is great. That's very handy. And then of course the room. I got these IKEA shelves put up here. That's for storage and stuff. This computer over here, which is switched off now, it's an Apple Mac, is for editing. I hope you like my cable management. And of course there's some boxes and stuff there and a door and another desk. So all that has to be fixed. So there you go, folks. A little bit of a tour there. Also the Stream Deck, I have to make more use of this. If you're looking for buttons, okay, the Stream Deck isn't just for streaming. I can have flaps up, flaps down here. I can have any button. It's a macro machine if you like. So I can have view set up in here, which I should do, and all. It's actually really handy. You should look into that if you want. If you want a box of buttons for your flight sim, you can add graphics to it and everything. It's really very good, and I haven't spent any time on it. I've just got the bare essentials. So you can see here, I press the button here for active pause in the sim. You see that? I've got the showcase view, reset the camera, increase the speed of the controls. So that's what I have set up at the moment. That's really all for that, but I have to make much more use of that. And of course I'm using Yoku the Yoke, which is quite expensive. at the time. So let's put the camera back to where I found it. That's that one there, isn't it? Now I'm just going to screw the camera back on. Yeah, so it could be, there's a lot of stuff going on. Of course, I'm using the Gripper Sim livery. I've really messed this up now. I'll just have to leave it like that and worry about that later. I'll just get the producer cam ready. So, let's have a look around Oslo Airport. Oh yes it is. I'm using FS Realistic. You will hear, this is default. I haven't set any sounds or anything like that. We'll see how we go. So that's what you hear, the background sounds. It's really immersive actually. Okay, let's have a look around Luton before we get organized. Sorry, Oslo. We're going to Oslo. We're going from Oslo to Luton. Oh, I have to hit the Xbox controller. I'm also using an Xbox controller for the views, and every time you activate it, it does this. They've got to fix that as well, which is very annoying for all concerned. You can hear the wind there. I can hear it blistering there. A very good wind sound there for ambient sounds. Welcome to Oslo. This is the Asobo added on airport. It's a very fancy looking airport. Look at the fog. Look at that. Every time I come in here, folks. Every time I come in here and look at Microsoft Flight Sim, it's still, a year later, I'm still just, wow, how do, you know yourself. So there you go. Let me have a quick look at the chat. Where did you buy the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020? On Steam or in the Microsoft Store? That's from, how could I pronounce it? Sal Volcano. Sal Valco08. First time viewer, greetings. I call you Salvo, is that okay? Or Volcano. I call you Sal. Is that okay? Let me know how to pronounce it with your typing. I got it direct from Microsoft Flight Simulator, a website. I don't go to the Steam store because it's the Steam store may not upgrade it as quick. I just don't. It's why have a middleman? That's what I'm saying. So it doesn't matter which one you buy it on, and you say, okay, great, excellent. Who else is with us? Sim Dashboard MK12344444 says that's what they're using instead of the Stream Deck. Brilliant. There's loads of things like that. Okay, great. Happy days. I'll minimize that there over there on the other. Ian Pollard's with us. Ian Pollard says, when you got the honeycomb throttle, did I hear you say it had a go around? Yes, Ian, it does. Will I undo the camera again? I can't now. I've put it back on. But there is on the side of the throttle, there is a go around button. Exactly. You can configure it for whatever you like. I'm very pleased with it. When the PMDG 737 comes out, guess what I'll be using? I'll be using the Bravo throttle for the 737. I'm looking forward to that. What are the questions? This is Sensa, I call you Sarah. Sansera. Do you have issues with the loading screen will freeze loading into payway airports? It took a little bit long that time, probably because I added Luton and it's the first time loading it. I don't know. Sometimes it's quicker. I don't know. Sometimes it's quicker, sometimes it's slower. Be very sure if you're thinking of getting a PC for this to get an M.2 drive, and put only your Microsoft Flight Simulator on the M.2 drive, and it'll run a lot quicker. If it's on a traditional disk with a needle in it, it's going to take a long time to load. That's the first thing I thought of when I got my PC there. Was it a year and a half ago, 2 years ago? So great. Will I begin the checklist then, folks? I should begin. We got Quaggy UK. Good evening, Gripper and chat. Quaggy says, greetings. Let's have a look up. We got Lonely Reapers with us. Lonely Reaper will be with us. Happy days. What's the approach? We're approaching. I didn't write it down. We'll have a look inside once we start up the aircraft. We're approaching into Luton for 24, I think it was. 24 right into Luton. Oh, that was the reverse thrust. Yeah, and it just made me realise I haven't set up my controls. A little bit of a downer, as far as I'm concerned, with changing aircraft, and I know I keep saying this over and over again, with the hope that Microsoft might hear it once, is that I have to go now, and every time I change my aircraft, what I've done here is I've got to disable the Bravo throttle quadrant. So I have a profile to disable it. And then I have to go back in here and I've got to enable the TCA control. And my point is, I think that's the one, where's the default? Let's try the default, apply and save. Now, I don't know why I did that there, but anyway, is it working? No. No, so the default doesn't work. Controls options. The other one actually is going to work. Where is it? Come on, load up. I've got so much stuff attached to this computer, as you've seen. You know, it's going to take a while to load up. So this is a bit of a pain, and my point being is, why can't Microsoft tie the controls to the individual aircraft? So I can set up my controls for the Airbus, for the Airbus A320, for the Boeing, for a twin. I think they made a bit of a Hames. Or I think they just threw it up there, you know, and said we'll fix it later. They will fix it. They haven't mentioned it. Okay, so my detents are working. The speed brakes, or the lift jumpers, yeah, the spoilers are working good. Flaps, good. Flaps are good. Trim, not yet, probably because the engines aren't turned on. And the engine 1 and 2, no, they're not working for some reason. They were working last time I flew it. Parker brake? Yes. So yeah, there is a few issues with that. I'll have to fix that later. That's more time I've got to spend. So yeah, look, we'll manage it. I can fly it with the mouse as well, as long as I have the throttle detents. I'm happy. So there we go. We can actually, they will actually work. Excellent. Checklist. Let's get it started up. Parker brake is set just so the wipers are off. They're very concerned about the wipers for some reason. Probably because if there's a frost on the windshield, you'll break the wipers. So you got to check those. Spoilers are retracted. Yes, we just checked my controls and they're retracted. Engine masters are set to normal. Yes, they are. Engine mode selector normal. Yeah. Thrust levers are idle. Yes, they are. Flaps are retracted. Yes, they are. Anti-skid is on. Anti-skid is here. Now, someone said to me once, zoom in, please. So you can see, yeah, so I'll do that in future. That's why I'm going to take my time, if that's okay, folks. Even a cockeye lads with us as well. Greetings, that's on Twitch and YouTube anymore on YouTube. YouTube, oh yes, there's a few here. Ian Pollard says, when you got, oh, you can answer that. Do you use Voltana on packs? No, I don't. I don't know what that is actually. There's so much stuff. Joe B Productions. Good evening, peeps. Greetings, Joe B Productions. Bug Eater. Oh, Bug Eater. Greetings. Bug Eater Simpsons here. Good day to you all. And Tritz4 is here. How are you, Tritz? I hope you're well. And then Peter says more. Peter Brett. Greetings to you, Peter. I hope you're having a nice, relaxing evening, all of you, on your YouTube watching entertainment. Much better than terrestrial television, I find. I don't watch any. Actually, I don't have a sat nav. Or any. All I have is YouTube and Netflix. That's it. That's all you need. Landing gears checked down. Yes, it is. Fuel quantity check. Okay. We're half tanks. I don't know if that's enough. But if I run out of fuel, we'll see if I can make it glide approach to the nearest airport. It'd be a bit of an adventure. It's going to happen one day, but not unlike Sundays. I'm not going to deliberately, you know, give myself really when I get to know the airports, I'll start playing with that a little bit more. A bit more crazy madness will happen. Battery masters. So cockpit preparation. Battery masters 1 and 2. We need power. It's always one of the first things you do. Battery masters 1 and 2. There we go. We've got some stuff. We've got 27.6 volts. I don't know if that's accurate yet. External power on. So we need the truck, don't we, for external power? So that's that beeping. Well, that's new. Let us put on the iPad. This is simulating. I don't know how to do it in the real thing, whether there's a radio or a different frequency or a handset, because I see the ground workers plugging his stuff into their headsets. I think I saw them plug their headset into the bottom of the aircraft, and they're going, okay, do you want pushback right or left and all? I don't know. I don't know what happens. It's a bit of a mystery. It's a bit of a mystery. I would like to actually sit in an aircraft once just to see it happen in reality. Yeah, I might push for that. Anyway, trucks and stuff. Movement. Let's get the packs. Passengers, external power. Let's get some baggage going. Let's get the catering on for some reason. And let's have a look outside and see if that's working. Ooh, reset camera. There's my little button there on the stream deck, you see. Very handy. I don't see any activity here. I don't see the gates. Gates, please. I probably didn't press the button correctly. Look at it, it's very good graphics. There we go. There we go. Very nice. Very beautiful. Very nicely done, Sobo. This guy here is going to load the baggage. Where's the truck with all the baggage on it? Oh, here he comes. Here it comes. There's other people waiting to do their flights. There's Air America, is it? And Condor. Oh, hang on. Let me have a look over here. Interesting. I'll tell you why I'm interested in this. These are liveries. Oh, they're just stationary liveries, are they? But that's oh dear, he's had a bit of a nose collapse there, folks. Oh, poor fella. He's probably got sacked. There's American Airlines. So I think it picks up your own liveries that you've downloaded. Because this one here, look. I've tried doing this. I'll have to look into it more. This guy has a livery. And I'm not picking it up because I think I've got to download a big livery pack to get all the liveries. I think I'm right in saying that. We have members and peeps with us. We've Lonely Reaper and DCS Ducks. Now, Lonely Reaper and DCS Ducks. I want you to give me an escort on either side. DCS Ducks and Lonely Reaper. They're flying jets, and they're part of our Crazy Madness group. Now, they do appear and disappear because I think it's a bug of Microsoft, but maybe he decided to reposition. So, guys, on the jets, we're going to get an escort. Yeah. Gripper Sim livery. You can get Gripper Sim livery on flightsim.to. That's from DCS as well. He did that on his own bat. Thank you very much. That is so cool to have a livery for the channel and the stream. Akai Lad is also with us. Akai Lad is in the TBM. Nice livery. I like it. Also, we have Badgen Cowboy. He's flying the KLM livery of the Airbus. Badgen, welcome. And I'm probably pronouncing that for a long time. Or mispronouncing it. I hope I'm not. Oh, burpy burp burp. Also, a few there. We'll see as we fly. There's a few more joining us there from our group. So it looks pretty cool. You know, I like it. Look at the fog. I know I get overexcited. It's just bizarre. I've been playing these flight sims since I think I was 7. When I first I saw it on an Apple II, or was it a TRS or 80? I can't remember. But this is like reset, Cat. Calm down. Relax. Relax. Let us position the aircraft for the engine start. For APU, we're going to start the APU now in a second. So I'd like to position the camera so you can see all the action. APU for auxiliary power unit. Look at the detail here. God, I love this game. A simulator, excuse me. It can be a game if you want. It's a simulator though. Very good one. Now, okay, so packs and all that kind of stuff. External power, I was saying. So now we have external power. I just wanted the external power truck to pop up there. Where is the external? I didn't actually look to see if it's actually physically there. I know you don't have to have it physically there. That's it there, look. That's the external power unit, and they're going to use that to... It's like a diesel generator. I don't know what it runs on. I presume it's diesel they run on. But that's that. That's nice. I like that. That pleases me. Good. So we have external power. Now we can switch on the external power. And you hear a big chunk, a big ka-chunk. That's all the electrics click. There's magnets and all sorts of stuff. External power share, 100%. There we go. Available. Boom, listen. Boom. Strobe lights auto. You can hear the air conditioning coming on. Strobe lights auto. They are on auto. We got to align the inertial gyros there. The ADIRS or the IRS. They're just bizarre, fantastic bits of equipment. I must make a video about that sometime. It's just, the technology is just, it's been around for so long. I didn't realize that, you know, that's a whole other video. APU and engine fire test check. These are the little buttons up here. Just to make sure you get your warning when you have a fire. Hold down the button. There's your warning there. Hold down the button. Oh, I don't want to do that because that'll stop the APU and I don't know what will happen. I keep doing that. I press the button here. Good. Press the button here. Good, so that's all working. Instruments and light displays. Lightage. Lightage is very important. Lightage is very important. So, there is a light here, but it doesn't really... Let's just light this place up. Let's just get lots... It's all about the eye candy. You need to see lots of lights. And I understand that. Lots of lightage. Let's brighten up these boys. Now, a tip for you. If you don't know, you probably know already. If you turn the light or these off all the way to 0, it'll save frame rates. If your machine is struggling, if you put the dimmer all the way down, that'll help your frame rates. Lights for these puppies as well, 1 and 2. Good, I'll have that, thank you. I will have this. There's the ADRSs that are aligned there. Now usually they take maybe up to a half an hour in the real thing, but there's a little thing in the pad. Actually, I might show you where this is, because I got very annoyed with this. Let me just finish with the lighting here. This is something I had to find out myself, and it was a bit of a pain. So when you switch on the navigation, okay, 1, 2, and 3, it's called the ADIRS, okay. It takes a half an hour, and usually when you're simming, it's not going to take you a whole half an hour to get the aircraft started up, okay. So what you can do, I know some of you know this, but I say to you, we're all beginners at some point, so let's keep everybody involved. So go to the cockpit here, the settings. Where is it? There we go. ADIRS align time, I have it on fast. So that, it won't take a half an hour if you put it in fast. If you put it in real, it'll take a half an hour, or instant even. Yeah? So great. So I just thought I'd point that out. In settings there in the little iPad. Let's go back to the trucks and things. I've got to remind myself, don't take off with the doors open. Yes, that actually happened. That happened one day. Okay, so we got our lights on. Quick look at the chat there. I saw some movement. Badge and Cowboy's with us. Greetings, Badge and Cowboy. So is Akai Lad, Quaggy UK, as I said. Just joined there a while ago. And we also have Equinus Smurf is with us. Smurf, high-ranking member. Smurf, well, they're all high-ranking members to me. Zach is with us. Zach says, do you use developers mode for the Airbus or experimental? I use the safe mode. What's the first one? Standard or the stable mode, isn't it? No, I don't use developers mode or anything, or experimental, because I don't want to crash out whilst I'm streaming. But I would if I was on my own. You know, I don't want to take any chances whilst I'm streaming. That's why. So it's a standard one, isn't it? Lee is with us. Lee Dreamer, 7 minutes for me on the real ADIRS. On the real one. Okay, Lee, do you fly the real Airbus? Or do you say... oh, the stable version, yeah. Thank you, I was looking for the stable. I use the stable version of the fly-by-wire Airbus. Lee says 7 minutes for me on the real ADIRS. Smurf, yeah, okay, great. Smurf's talking about VR. Someone got a VR headset. Yes, someone got a VOR headset. So where was it? Okay, lights. Seatbelt sign owned for the old peeps. I'm getting to know where they are. No, smoking as well. Oh, I have to do one at a time. The reason I'm not moving the camera around is because I want to know. I want the view so I know where my eyes to go. You know the way some people have there's a button and you can look right up at the overhead panel. I don't want to do that because if I do with this, I know where everything is from the realistic seated position. If that makes sense. Anyway, seatbelt sign, no smoking sign, emergency exit signs on. That's over here. They're armed. Annunciator lights test. That's here. Just testing all the lights. They just light up all the lights, and if one of them isn't lighted, you know the bulb's gone. Annunciator light. Okay, now for the MCDU setup. I'm just reading the comments there. Okay, great. Just don't want to miss anything. Now, as you may or may not know, there's always someone on the chat who knows everything about the Airbus, and they help me quite a lot. So we learn together if you're interested. Okay, init page 1. Flight computer. Init page 1, which is... It takes a while, doesn't it? Okay, I'll give myself a flight number. G or IP. Will I accept that? Yes, it's grip. Iron installation. Okay, fine. Cost index that is not activated on this model, but I'll put in 50. Cruise. We're going to go to 30,000 feet. Let's keep it simple. 30,000 feet. It should give us the temperature there automatically. About minus 44. That's about right. Great. Then to flight plan. I've just followed the checklist. The flight. Oh yeah. See, what I like about the flight plan here, like in the the Boeing 737, you can go to plan mode, and I can skip through each part of each waypoint. See here? So it's moving along. There's no discontinuities, or I can't pronounce it, discontinuities or anything like that. And that's all looking nice, and that's all dandy. There we come into our approach there. Hopefully I will have descended in time, which is a very high risk of me, you know, not descending in time. There we go, back to the start again. And I will go back to nav or arc mode here, I think it is. We'll go back to arc mode. Great. So that's the flight plan done. A rad nav. Okay, radio nav, I'm not going to bother with departure. But what I want to do, this is it puts it automatically here for some reason. The frequencies for Oslo. Who have we got? We've got Gadget PV on YouTube, and Gadget says, first time here. I have watched a lot of the DCS videos. They're awesome. Yes, DCS world is brilliant for military stuff, no doubt about it. EQ has also got the ordered the Reverb G2, the headset, and is very excited about that because he hasn't used. We were talking on the Discord earlier, chatting, and he's very excited. Yep. It's gonna knock your socks off when you get it, because you can't. You'll watch videos on YouTube and they're talk. You can't. It's very hard to. It's very easy to describe, and no one makes videos on YouTube without interpolating what they see into their voice, you know, and explaining it properly. It's very hard to stream. You can't stream it because it doesn't look as good as it does with the helmet on, you know. But you're in for a treat. That's my point. Okay, right now, init page 2. Init page 2. Oh, page 2. Yeah, this is why I should get some planning stuff here. There's a bit to be done with the old fuel. Okay, so that's fine. The fuel, is that block 4.3 tons? See, I've got to learn about this. What's that telling me? 4.3 tons. So it's put in all my mass and balance there automatically. I would like to do some thinking on that, and this is why I want to make it a bit more advanced as I go. Okay, in the page 2 is done. Performance. Now again, V1, V2, and VR, V2, V1, VR, and V2. Okay, what are they? If you're just watching this for the first time, same for all aircraft. Anything with a twin engine. Okay. V1 is your rotate. Sorry, V1 is your safety speed. VR is rotate. V2 is your takeoff safety speed. So you're safe with one engine. And the engine fails, so it's very important to achieve that. So I'm going to make them up here, right? 150. V rotate 1. V1 is to do with your stop speed when you're running down the runway. You know, if V1, let's say we're barreling down the runway in this big heavy jet, okay? If you have a problem, which means you want to abort the takeoff, let's say you hear a big loud bang in the engine, right? And you go, oh God, I'm going to stop, right? There's a certain point where you're not going to stop because you're going to come off the end of the runway, right? So what V1 is before V1 you can come to a stop and make it before the end of the runway. After V1 you're climbing, right? And you worry about it in the air. And that's what V1 is. VR is rotate and V2 is your takeoff safety speed. Let's say, think about it this way, right? I've got, now my right and left is reversed because of the camera, okay? So let's say we're banging along here, 2 engines, right? This one fails. What's going to happen? You're going to yaw like that, and you're going to put in rudder to stop the yaw. But if you're below V2, you won't have enough rudder authority to stop the yaw. And then when you yaw, what's going to happen? Lots of drag, okay? And you may drop the wing and go into an inverted spin, or in an initial spin. So anyway, VR with 155. That's rotate. V2. What? Format error? What are you talking about? Oh, it's okay. VR 155. And V2. It's probably a little bit fast, is it? But look, let's put it in there. And they should all be calculated, and I have not done that. I have to. I'm not sure this is the faster takeoff. I don't know. Okay, so yeah, there's a bit I don't know in there. A bit more studies required. I kind of do, but I don't know what it's asking, if you know what I mean. Cruise, fine, yeah, that's all good. Next phase, yeah, great. Approach, I'm going to be working this out as we go when we're in the cruise, before we come into land. And the go around, and that's it. Predicted wind shear on. So, wind shear. Predicted wind shear is here. Put that onto auto. What's this on here? But that's off. It's only off on auto. This is the weather radar. System 1 or 2 is the backup system. Cockpit door locked. Oh, there is a little button here for the cockpit door. Look. Let's lock it. No, there used to be a bang, like you could hear the door close that time. Oh, can I play the video? Oh. Open? No, I want to close it. Okay, maybe not. Barometric reference. Yeah, let's get the standard Q and H here. So the Q and H in Oslo, I'm going to press the B button. It's 1024. Let's see if that's accurate with the real world weather in Oslo, shall we? I'm going to get my phone out here just to show you that Microsoft is actually up to date with the weather. I heard a bing bing. Thank God that bing bings are back. I'm going to get to that now. The QNH in Oslo is 1024. And we got 1024 in the flight simulator. Brilliant. So there's no problems with that. The weather. Cockpit door, barometric pressure, VUR ADF if required. Okay, not really, no. We can play with that in the way some other time. FCDU altitude, right. Transition altitude. For Oslo, I have... Let's have a look here, Oslo. Echo, November, Golf, Mike. This is all happening when you're in the lounge, by the way, when you're boarding the aircraft. But it happens very, very quickly because, you know, they're not talking to each other. Chit-chatting, and they're both doing it. Approach. Oh, we just get an approach plate here. That'll give us the transition altitude. By ACT or 7,000 feet. So we're going to put it to 7,000 feet. I'm going to use radios a bit here on the Microsoft radios, just for purposes of taxiing. I have often found it a mystery is how these aircraft taxi around these very large airports. So I want to get good at that as well. I'm going to use baby wheels because some of the taxiways aren't up to date. 7,000 feet, great. Let me make sure all my altitude, my see now here, okay. I'm making sure all my autopilots are active. Now, by the way, let me just look the other way here. Right. I'll explain these later if someone asks me. You see here, there's a broken dotted line. The autopilot isn't active, right? So I've got to push them in, physically in. I know the arrow goes up to make sure. There we go. We got it. This should go to 0 as well. Okay, if that's a problem, I'll deal with it. Okay, great. Speed is required. Heading as required. Fine. IRS alignment is complete. EFIS arc 10 nautical miles. Arc 10 nautical miles. Look at it. That's this here. So we're on the arc, and here's the view. So effectively, that's just the view there. Look, if I zoom in and out there, see that? Great. Flight directors both on. Flight director once and flight director twice. They're both on. Happy days. Let's get on the APU. God, it takes a while, doesn't it? APU master, boom, and start, boom. Let's and automatically the flight display here tells us down here it switches automatically APU. Flaps are open and it's starting. I like the sounds. The sounds please me. You'll hear it kick into action now in a second. Vruden the Great says, how are there 44 people watching and only 23 likes? Yeah, I should say that more often. You know, if you like a YouTube video, and I'm at fault as well, I forget to hit the like button. Because that's how they get more views eventually over time, and me as well. I love the sound of the APU, that's very good. Do we have the effect there? Where's the effect of the hot air coming out? It's emitting it today. I know, I'm blinding everybody with the lights on there. So what's that about? Can you imagine someone walking around the apron and I've got the lights on like that? That's going to blind everyone. They should not be on, right? They should most definitely not be on. So let's make sure they're off. That is something that's not in this checklist, or I omitted it. Look, the bloody landing lights are on by default. So there is a checklist I've missed, and that's to clean up the cockpit to make sure everything's where it should be. And as you can see there now, oh, there's still a taxi light on there, isn't there? That should have been off. I can only... There we go. That's what it should be like. Because of blind people. Same with the strobes. You only put the strobes on when you enter the runway, don't you? Yes. Okay. Yeah, it'll blind the ground. They won't like you. Very unprofessional, I'd say. The real thing. Barometric failure. I do speed. Okay. Flight directions both on. Okay. APU master. APU on. Our crew oxygen supply. Crew oxygen here. So we get oxygen, so we can breathe. APU starter on. What? Oh, sorry. I skipped it. Fuel pumps. All the fuel pumps come on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Air conditioning. That's all here. We are, you know, in all fairness, simulated cockpit, but maybe one day they'll have. Oh, Captain, the passengers are too hot. You have to switch these. You know, they'll have that kind of stuff eventually. No doubt about it. Navigation lights on. Navigation. The beacon should be on, by the way. That's no lights. Where's the beacon? Oh, it's on already. Great. APU bleed on. So we're now going to start the engine. So we need ram air from the APU. So this is going to change. If you can, I'm going to turn on my headset here, and you'll hear the change. This is when you're sitting in the airplane in the real thing. You'll hear the air conditioning go off before, or go down anyway, before the engine starts. And what they've done here is they've put on the APU bleed, which is here. Listen. Oh. There's a little bit of change in tone. Maybe it's FS realistic, I don't know. But that's what you'll see. External power off because we started the RPU. Great. So now we want to tell the truck to go away. Let's get rid of, let's say all the passengers are, oh, there, it's disconnected already. Okay, great. I would like to take, let's close the forward door. Let's get rid of the baggage that have gone. Get rid of the external power. Is that indicated the doors are open or closed? See, it's red there. Why is that? Okay, is that gonna get rid of the gate there? Just pull back automatically there, folks. Oh, it's when you switch to the ignition. Okay. External power. Let me just check outside there. Yeah, they're all gone. Everyone's gone. Let us check that the doors are closed this time. Yes, all the doors are closed. That I took off one day and the doors are open. We lost quite a few passengers that day. And you can find that down here. Where is it? That's the APU. Condition doors. There we go. All the doors are closed. Happy days. External power off, which I did. Beacon light is already on. Engine mode selector. I'm going to start the engines now. Let me just get my camera in place so you can see the engine start. Let's just zoom in a little bit more there. There we go. Happy days. Engine mode selector to start. That's here. I'm going to use my physical control here. Great. Engine master 2 on. Okay, the physical button isn't working. I don't know why. Anyway, there we go. Let us get some indications. Then we have N2 starting up. That's the inner fan there. Let's have a look outside. And EGT is coming up. And then N1 is the outer fan. Now it's starting to spin. There it is. That's the engine starting over here. Happy days. Let's improve that view a little bit for the eye purposes of eye candy for the next engine. I love the sounds of the engine starting up. It's so simple to start the engines, as it should be. And engine number 1. Now, at this point I should be really getting pushed back. You know, because... You know... Pushback. Pushback. I have no fancy stuff with the pushback. So, I'm going to start the engines and then push back, okay? Nope. Because I can't do both at once. Engine master 1 on. There we go. Very quick. Oh, it's quite sudden. Good. Let me check the N2 and all that kind of stuff. That's one on. Engine mode selector. Hear that? I just want to try something here. There we go. Can you hear that? No. Oh, mouse, come on. Come on. Inside again. Engines started, and we want to set the selector back to normal. Normal place. Oh, because I have a physical switch. There we go. Let's get the APU bleed off. We don't need that now. The engines are started. APU bleed is here. That's off. APU master is off. APU is shutting down now. Double check the autopilot before we backtrack there. Okay, that's all good. I'm happy with the autopilot. 7,000 feet. Initially, let's push back. Did I download that app for pushback? No, I didn't. No. Let's push back here though. Let's push back. Oh, there it is. Hold tug. There's tug. Yeah, I need to improve that a bit. And let's go straight. Oh, now. Oh, yeah, let me think here. Where are we? What one we were taking off? This is the beginning of the mystery, folks. This is the hardest part for me. How am I going? Where do I go to get to the runway? Where do I go? Let's push back and turn to the left first. So that would make sense. So let's go back. Let's stop that. I won't get very far without, you know, I won't get very far. I want to be facing this way. So there's Badge and Cowboy. Badge and welcome, as always. Badge and Cowboy. In the KLM livery. I must download more liveries, because this will come up as a livery then. So I'm going to download a shitload of liveries. Now I've realised what I've been doing wrong. Very nice. Very nice. There's my escort, folks. As in the jet. That's my escort. Yeah. Oh, that's the other jet there. There's the boys. So we're gonna have an escort today. This way, please. I have my hand at the parking brake so I don't forget to put it back on again. Yep. Very good. Very nice. It's when you switch on the ignition, you can turn on the packs. Oh, the packs. The packs off. Yes, someone said that to me before about the packs. Now, I have to look at that. Let's stop the pushback. Let's get rid of the tug. And let's put the parking brake back on. Yes, the packs. That's not on this checklist here. Where? Don't download the race. Download AMG manager. Oh, okay. Don't download. I'm told on YouTube it's from Sansha. Don't download more liveries. Download AIG manager instead. I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna write that down because I've got lots of tips here. AIG manager for liveries. Is that right? Is that on flightsim.to, Sensora? I'd like to say Sarah. T-Bomb83 is with us on YouTube. Greetings, T-Bomb. Welcome. And that bing bing there I heard. There was a bing bing. That's Shand 359 followed. Oh, look at that there. There's a few more. 19 minutes ago, Gadget FPV subscribed. Greetings, Gadget. And 31 minutes ago, Graham T subscribed. Welcome on YouTube. That's on YouTube. A different subscription than on Twitch. Great. Subscription on Twitch is when you... Yeah, anyway. Okay, so Sensha is saying you get actual liveries and more aircraft models. Okay, thank you. I'll have a look into that. AIG is the new FLA AI. Okay. Okay, great. I'll look into that. So the project for me. Okay. What about it? Okay, let's taxi to the runway. So this is the mystery I have. Okay, I'm going to be ready with my pen, and I'm going to get a whole load of instructions from the tower of what taxis to go to. I want to ground. Okay, let's go to clearance first. Request FIR4 clearance. Request to Luton. Gripper Sim, clear to Luton Airport. I have to hit this before. Clear to Luton Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 19 left. 19 left. Climb and maintain 1,600 feet. 6,000 feet. 6,000 feet. It's feet because we're not above the transition altitude. Departure 118.5 squawk 3005 squawk 3005 118.55. It's put in for me automatically, which is fine. And I repeat, reback is correct, and I repeat that. Okay, so I got my clearance for IF4. That's easy enough. So effectively, what you're going to do is you're going to repeat, you know, exactly what they said, ending with your. Oh, I thought you ended it with your call sign. Well, I was taught to begin and end with it. Anyway, there you go. Okay, so let's go to ground. Let's go to ground. This is where it gets tricky. A request taxi IF4. Here we go. This is the bit. I'm going to have to acknowledge taxi clearance server very quickly, and I'll go to that. Okay, so Gripper sim 123 or 1123. Taxi and hold short of runway 19 left. Yeah, that's easier. Got to taxi and hold short. Oh, is that it? What about all the taxiways? What about all the taxiways? It's giving me no taxiway instructions. That's what I'm looking for, because I haven't got a clue about that. I heard a bing bing. Empire Kicking has raided us with a party of 5. Welcome, Empire. And also Gadget. Oh, yeah, I mentioned Gadget and Shant. Great. Empire Kicking, welcome. Welcome, Empire people. People of the Empire. Yes. So I've got my IFR clearance. Taxi. Where's all taxi? Yeah. Normally, what I would say here is I would say unsure of what's the term? Request following. I don't know. Okay, so let's runway 19. Now this is the mystery. This is the mystery I'm talking about. So I'm going to go to. I'm in Oslo here, right? Taxi. Now normally you would have either an iPad, I believe, or a set of instructions. Now the beauty of this, I can hit this arrow here and it tells me where I am. So I'm right in the bang in the middle. So 19. 19 right, wasn't it? 19 right. That's what happens when you don't write it down, folks. 19 left. See? 19 left. 6,000 feet. Bloody hell. 6,000 feet. Let's go back to that page there. I know there's a better way of doing this. 19 left is here. So what do we got to do? I'm going to write this down and see if I can see the markers on the taxiway. I'm going to taxi. I heard a bing bang. We want to go to Delta. Delta taxiway all the way up to... What's this taxiway then? Is that Papa? Is that Papa there? Papa, and then on to Sierra. And up to hold at B9. You see, this is the... You know... yeah, as a general GA flight instructor, this is all... It's all new to me, and I never even, you know, I don't know. Anyway, right, park back off. Let us begin the taxiing and the flying part. I know you all want to see the flying part. We've been on for quite some time, and it takes a while now. Now you know why it takes a long time to get going. Okay, let's go. And if they're slow, let's add a bit of power. If the guys mess up with their checks or anything goes wrong, they miss their slot. So you're under pressure. You know, you're under pressure to get your slot because you've got to take off by a certain time. That's all planned, you know. So as a captain, you'd want to know what you're doing, and you would, because you've been a first officer for a long time. You're going to know the ropes. I have everyone I have met that has done a type rating in the big jets. When they first start on the line, they come back and they go, "Oh, I was a week on the line, and I haven't got a clue what's going on." They'll say, and they don't for a while. They do. They can fly and land the airplane, sure, navigate it and everything, but this part. There's a lot going on that I don't tell you about. I've no readings particularly. No taxiway readings I can see yet. I know I've got to take a right here. I hope. I hope. No signage. No signage. Let us show you where we are. So, you know, I've got to cut across now. All the way down here. So this is great. This would, if they have this in the real thing, easy, not a bother. And I don't know if they do. I see loads of activity to chat there. I'll look at that after takeoff. So yes, Oslo Airport, folks. I'm going to change the time before we take off. Because I'm going to take a left here at the end here. I don't see any taxiway markings though. What's that about? You know? Not one taxi sign. Is there something going on here that I'm unaware of? Let us hold here. Oh, I should have gone up here. I would rather use the whole runway. But apparently you can start here. Oh, it'll be fine. Parking brake on. Let's get ready to rumble. Checklists. Transponder is on. Oh yeah, I didn't do all this sort of stuff here. Okay, so before taxi, which I've kind of done. Transponder is set. Now, okay, it's still on standby. I'm going to leave it on standby until we go. Window probe heat, auto. Window probe heat heats the pitot heat, which measures the airspeed. That's the icing section. And it is here. And it heats the windscreen as well, so it's more pliable in case. Spoilers, we need to arm the spoilers. Flaps to take off, which is stage 1. There we go. Anti-ice set. I'm not going to worry about that. Auto brake set. This is for rejected takeoff. If we need to stop, if something goes wrong before V1, I'll put the brake out to max. Nose light. Taxi. I should have done that. I taxied off. Blasted. Yeah, that's a little mistake I've made there. Runway turn off light on. Okay. Parking brake is, weather radar is on. Oh, you only put the radar on, and I put the weather radar on already. Let's actually activate the weather radar. Well, it should be active. Let's put the train radar on the first officer's side. Chrono start. Let's start the chrono, which is here. It's just a timer, which starts here. Takeoff configuration to press. We want to make sure we have the takeoff configuration. And that gives us a little note here. So auto brake max, signs on, cabin check, all the doors are closed, spoilers are armed, flaps to takeoff configuration is all normal. For takeoff, let's say now you do this bit. You'll do this bit as you're rolling on to the runway, right? So the nose light goes on to takeoff. So I can't do that because I'm only one pilot. I can't do the same. Nose light to take. Let's take off. Landing light on. TCAS. We want to activate that. Now the reason you only put the TCAS on and the transponder on is because you're not on the runway yet, and the other aircraft will get TCAS warnings, and that's not good. Transponder's on. Takeoff config set. Autopilot is set. I have another little handwritten note to make sure I've got the autopilot set. Now I'm just going to run through the takeoff myself here while we're taxiing forward. So when I take off, park brake off. When I take off, there's going to be no engine failures because it's a simulator, right? But after takeoff, gear up, flaps up at the appropriate times. I'm going to hand fly it for a little bit, making sure at 1500 feet I take the detent for the throttle back to climb, otherwise I'll go shooting and overspeed, shooting past the altitude and overspeed. Then I'll activate the autopilot, and then I'm good. You know, what a waste of runway. Let's just go up this way a little bit here. I'm going to come to a halt here and wait for the others to catch up. I love the lighting. And on the sim, incidentally, I'm going to put the... I want the center line in between my physical legs now, right? That's pretty much done there now, right? I'm going to come to a halt. Parking brake on. I'm going to show you something here. So, I had physically, as I saw it, right? I wanted the center line in between my legs. And look, in the sim and in real life, it works the same. Look, I'm right on the center line. So if you've got rudder pedals, just, you know, and you'll be right on the center line. Put it in between your legs. There is my, there is our escort. We've got racing green and DCS ducks. Welcome, boys. I saw you in the Discord there. Welcome, boys. There's the escort. They're going to fly you the side, hopefully. Also, we have Ockeye Lad on the TBM. We have Merrick. We have Cerebral Pair, Lonely Reapers with us, Ockeye Lads with us, Badge and Cowboys with us, and that's all I can see at the moment. Hopefully we'll have some new people. So thank you very much for joining me. Let's take off at last. Spark the brake off. What's going to go wrong? Thankfully the director isn't jumping, or the producer isn't jumping around. Let us begin the flight at last. 40%-ish, isn't it? It's all stable and all that kind of stuff. I've forgotten something. I just know I've forgotten something. Full power all the way up the top. Full power. Keep the center line in between your legs. And you'll have the nose wheel. I want to hear those bumps. Da-dunk, da-dunk. There we go. You hear? That's the nose wheel. On the cat's eyes. Okay. Is that V1? That's V1. So I'm not going to stop. V1. Is it? No. Rotate. Okay, I'll have to look a bit late there. Great, it's 15 degrees. 15 degrees, please. Positive rate gear up. Look at the fog. Look at that. Gear up. All I have to do now is follow the flight director. The flight director here, see this? I just keep that little yellow dot in between the two lines there. And it'll tell me how to follow that green line. And how fast I should climb. How cool is that? Flaps coming up. Oh, wrong switch. Flaps coming up. Let's put on the autopilot. Autopilot on. Hands off. Clearing the ground. I can't. Oh, did I put? Didn't push. I was very late. How high was I? I was very late putting it down. See, I almost forgot there putting it down to climb. If you keep it at takeoff, you know, it's not, the autopilot's going to go crazy. So thankfully I was a little bit late taking the throttle detent back, and I said that before I took off, but I remembered it. Great. So that's it. Then the pilots just sit there and they talk about their weekend. Yeah. There's Racing Green catching up. And DCS ducks behind. They're going to come onto each wing. Nice one, boys. See how you do. I took the gear up. I'm sure of it. I know what I did there. Bugger. The gear's not up. Guess what happened there, folks? Guess. Damn. I have to prove to you what happened there. I have to get I've got to dig myself out of that one. I'm going to tell you what happened. Oh God, the chat's going crazy. Everyone's telling me about the gear. Now I'm gonna tell you what happened. I'm gonna tell you what I did, and you'll understand why I did that. Because I did physically pull a lever to pull the gear up, but I didn't check it in the sim. Let me get the other camera here. I'm going to dig myself out of this one as quick as possible, so you'll understand why I was so foolish there. So I'm not completely dumb. Guess which gear lever? Guess which gear lever I put up? I put up this gear lever. Not the TCA over here. You see what I did? Never happened. I thought an alarm would go blistering with that madness. He pressed it and said it glitched. No, I put the gear up physically with my hand, the wrong control. That wouldn't happen. After takeoff, checks brakes. Sorry, that's takeoff. I've done that. Just remember. Can you imagine? They have actually on the checklists, right? Takeoff, brakes hold, thrust 40% to N1, brakes release, thrust lever flex. I think that's kind of. I suppose you got to write it down. After takeoff checks, gears retracted. Flaps are up. Oh! I used the wrong. Oh, I got the right one there. Spoilers disarm. We're going to climb now in a second. I'm going to go onto the radio and see what happens. See, radio's a lot of work, you know. Thrust climb. Yeah. Almost missed that one. Autopilot on. Yeah. Nose light off. Nose light off. Nose. Now, as you're talking to the radio, they're giving you instructions. So you got to do all this as well. Runway lights off. Climb, barometric pressure. Yes, we have that. Above 10,000 feet. Yeah, okay. The landing lights come off. Ice is required. Seatbelt sign off after you go 10,000 feet. Let's see what they say in the radio here. Oslo approach. We're not clear to take. Oh, I didn't ask for clearance. Yeah, okay. I think the more realistic one is when you've actually got someone. Oh, I don't usually do the radios in this, so I'm illegal. Yes, let's say we're let's say we were cleared up to 20,000 feet, just for argument's sake. There's 20,000. Push the button in, which is the up arrow. I should see a climb. I'm climbing. Happy days. The transition level is 7,000 feet. So I'm going to switch the QNH to 1013, which is standard barra. So after the transition altitude, everyone's at that same altitude. Sencha says, I don't even use the game ATX. It's rubbish. It's rubbish to an extent if you know what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, I think for new people it's great because it gives them an idea of what to expect before they go online to VATSIM. You know, now if I was in VATSIM talking to you and chit-chatting away, I may well have just taken off because I'm looking at all the other screens and quite distracted. Do you know? Look what happened there. I hit the wrong controller to raise the gear, and then they'll be giving me instructions as well. But it's good for someone who doesn't know anything about radio, because isn't it? You know, because look, you get to read it and go, oh, that's how they talk. Because it is a different. What's Q and H? And they can look that up. You know, what's this waypoint? You know. Oh, here we go. Once you're continue to expand. Okay, great, thank you. Yes, Class C airspace transition. You know, and they look at what is that? Class C airspace. Yes, there's a lot of stuff going on with the radio. But it's good for newbies. I would like the actual physical person talking to me, you know. Oh, I love that bit. Look at that. Clouds. Where are the boys? Hi, Candy. Declutter. Once I have climbed and we're in the cruise, the boys will be either side of the wing. Now, they're flying manually, which is difficult enough. It's quite difficult, especially the producer's also very upset, by the way, with my... See? It's quite consistent. The producer has left the room in disgust because I didn't take up the gear in time. Yeah. So that's what happens. Now we're going with the sun, so it should be bright all the way because we're going from north to south. Isn't it? Happy days. Let's have a look at the chit-chat there. First time... Oh, I'll go back up a little bit. I've got a lot of first-timers here. Brilliant. Okay, I'm going to scroll back first on the Twitch comments. Not all the way. Wolf Gaming's here with the greetings, Wolf Gaming. Wolf Gaming says, what is your favourite plane? It's going to change, okay? My favourite plane at the moment is the Airbus because I'm learning more about it, whereas before it was not. It was the TBM, and now it's the Airbus is my favourite plane. I want to get, you know, I see some people online and they're very good, you know. They're on the radio, they're on VATSIM. Look at that. We've got more escorts. We've got a military escort with us here. Very nice. And they're very good, quick on the radio and stuff like that, you know. I want to get to that state. I want to get to a very confident state, which would be superb. There is the escort, the boys are catching up. Now I messed them up because I'm turning. But don't worry, guys. Once we're in the cruise, I'm going to get some when you come really close, I'm going to get some screenshots for the thumbnail on YouTube. I heard the engine decreasing in speed there. Let me hop into the cockpit. I can hear the engine decreasing. I guess we've reached our altitude. We've reached our altitude. Yeah, we're reaching it. So we're just getting up to 20,000 feet. Great. Just looking at the checklist here. I just, when you're flying the twin for a test or a renewal, or you're flying the twin generally in a piston twin, which I've done quite a bit of, if you're not doing anything, you've forgotten something. And when it goes quiet, and you're going, what have I forgotten? Now, you may not have forgotten anything. Do you know what I mean? But if you're doing an IR test, it's so busy all the time. It's just bang, bang, bang. Or if you're training in IR in a twin, if you go silent, you recognize yourself. You go, something's not happening. Because there's no cruise really. There's no sitting there waiting. It's all take off and landing. Take off into the areas and landing. And radio, stuff to be done. Q and H is to be done. You know what I mean? That is why. What's that beeping sound? What's it going for? Something's wrong. I'll find out what that is now in a minute. See, landing lights should be retracted. See how easy it is? And because I was chit-chatting, if I was on my own now silently, I would have forgotten those two items. So my point, see, for that, I think I should really in the streams have a sterile cockpit, but then it's going to be no fun. But the more I do this, the better I get at it. It's been a week or more than a week since I flew the Airbus. Yeah, landing lights off. There, I'll tell me. I know. I see you. Barometric pressure. Fried chicken's telling me. Sasha's telling me as well. Gripper, turn off the pitot heat switch on the overhead. My blood pressure. Pitot heats, does that not stay on? I don't know if it stays on or not. Now, in the light aircraft and a twin, you leave it on. And you leave it on because the air is cooling it down. Now, if you're on the ground, you have it on a kind of a heat pump, possibly, but I was informed to leave that on. So it might be down. You might hear a company procedure saying to switch it off, but leave it on. That's, get icing or something like that. If there's moisture in the air, you can get icing. There's moisture here. Those are called clouds. So you may well be right, it's something I have to find out. So I'm going to leave it on. Just for logic's sake. I'm not saying that you're wrong. What else have we got? 10,000 feet. It's auto on always when engines are running, Cherokee saying, no longer required to have the button pushed on. Oh, really? Okay, well then why have the button at all? On auto. Oh, so it goes to auto. Oh, I see. So what's the on button for then? Cherokee's saying there again, if it's the Airbus procedure to have it auto, which is light off. Now I see. So what's the on button do? Is that for the ground? So it's weight on wheels maybe? So when you're in the air it comes on when you take off? But on the ground you want it on because it's weight on wheels, I wonder. Is that it? That's on the YouTube stream and chat. Let me go to the Twitch chat and see what I've missed there. So yeah, the Airbus is my favourite plane at the moment. Akai Lad says he zooms in the airport on VF4 map to see where for the taxiways. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that would be a good one. I'm hitting the V button there. It takes a while for it to come up, and there's the VFR map. So, as we're in the cruise, it's not going to show us much. It's really trying to catch up there. There we go. So, let's see, does it show all the taxiways there in the thing now? Come on. Okay. Let's see. Oh, it's very sensitive. Will it actually zoom into the taxiways? Will it give me the little bit fiddly there? No, it won't let me zoom in. Maybe you've got some sort of app, perhaps. First time chat from Gadget. I think I mentioned that. You can enable the taxi ribbons in options. Gadget saying yes, you can. I was trying to avoid it there because I feel like I have training wheels on a little kiddie's bike when I put the little ribbons on. But I have used them in the past. And I've checked them with the actual taxiway markers, which aren't always correct. First time chat from oowee. oowee, welcome to the madness. Just took a flight out of Echo November Golf Mike last week. Great airport. It is. Absolutely. First time chat for Unique Gamer 01234. Greetings, Unique Gamer. The cabin is not checked. Well, this is interesting. The cabin is not checked. What do you mean the cabin isn't checked? The cabin pressure? Cabin here? No? The cabin is not checked. And I should have put on the seatbelt signs. The no smoking should be on. Cabin. Are you referring to the cabin pressure? For the passengers, which is not enabled yet, maybe? Yes. Oh. Well, it's on. That should be on. Okay. Yeah, lots of buttons and stuff here to look up. Let me have a look back here again. Cabinet's not checked. Landing gear. Oh, that was so nice coming up with the landing gear still down. Yeah, I pressed the wrong lever. First time chat for viewer Robot19. You naughty boy, ATC mad with you. Yes, they usually call you and tell you to ring a number if you mess up. And that's bad because, you know, they're going to report you or something. Or give you a slap on the wrist. It can be auto. Okay, so that's something new I've learned. I want to refresh this. So, the pedo tube in the Airbus is always on, and it's probably, I'm guessing, correct me if I'm wrong, that it's weight and wheels. I'll have to look that up. And I'll write that down. That's another thing to look up. Airbus probe feet. Okay, I'm going to look up and see how that works. It can be auto industry checklist, switch to auto. Yes, this will be 600 training flight. DCS as he's in the jet. This will be a 600 nautical mile fueling flight, training flight. Oh yeah, that's the seatbelt sign. Yes. Okay, thank you. Thank you. And there's a bit of, you know, bingy pop up here, isn't it? That is it. So, now that I can navigate, okay, I have to add on top of my knowledge. Now, screenshot time. So, when I started flying the Airbus, folks, for those of you new to the channel, I had, now guys, get really close up to the wings. I'm going to take a screenshot of you. Following the Gripper Sim livery. So come close to the wings as you can. I know it's difficult. It's when you get your VR headset, by the way, it's very easy to fly along. Good boys, nice one. I like it. So we're getting a military escort, folks. So when you get close, I'm going to take a screenshot for the old thumbnail. Control Alt F1. No, it was. Okay, so Control Alt F1. I'll get a few screenshots here when we get close to it. Takes a while. Someone has their gear down. Someone may have their gear down, and this is telling us that. So, screenshots in here for the thumbnail, folks, and for Discord. If there's any if there's any... okay. I gotta be quick, don't I? Very nice. It's like a photo shoot. Gripper Sim gets no score. This news just... Oh, look at that picture. So, oh, I put this on the Discord for you guys. I'll definitely put those on the Discord. I'll come back out from time to time. That looked really cool with the three of them, didn't it, folks? Let me, let us give credit to them. Ooh. Oh, look at that. I'll get rid of the tags for a second. And, ooh, look at that. Let me get closer. I'll put this in Discord. Credit is where credit's due, folks. This news just in. Gripper Sim gets escort. Let's get the director cam on for the cruise. Where she is? She's settled down now after I fixed all my errors. Reduced her. That is. There may be a treat for the producer later. Yep. Be excited. Oh, damn. With those screenshots, I had my face. I'm going to get rid of my face for a moment, folks, for a bit, so you got the eye candy. There goes my face. Why won't it... Oh, that's the audio. There we go. Now, screenshot time. So, guys, do your best. Nice and close. This one. This guy here. Nice and close. It's hard for them. It's hard. You can see this chap here. And let me just zoom and see and just give them credit, right? The tags are just not coming back up for me, but it'll happen eventually. Tags aren't coming up, folks. The tags just won't come up. There's the tags. You'll see the two jets got the tags in there. Give them credit. There we go. Look at this spot. Yes, keep it steady now. Keep it steady. It's hard. I know. I remember learning how to do it soon. I remember. Formation flying is difficult in the simulator because think about it. You're looking through horse blinkers because you're looking at the screen. It's very difficult. But once you get a VR headset, it's actually quite easy. It's a lot easier. Look at the boys. Look at that. Go Alt F1. Very nice, boys. And the closer you get in, the smaller your movements. I have done this in Cessna many times. With the only people I trust synchronized flying. The only people I trust go Alt F1. There we go. Very nice. Very nice. So we have indeed some cool stuff happening. Now, I think I should have a look at the comments for a bit. Now that we're in the cruise, we can chit-chat. Chit-chat a little bit. And see what's coming next. This week for Microsoft Flight Simulator, folks, it's going to be a busy week from Thursday. It's going to be a busy week from Thursday because not only is the new Flight Sim update, what's the Game of the Year edition is coming out. It's the Reno Racing. So I'll be busy doing videos. Those people flying were Cerebral Pair, and I know it was DCS as well. There's Smot Poker. That's someone new. Smot Poker 1987. I think you're with us. I'm guessing. There's Maverick in the Airbus. Look at that. Oh my God, I'll stop moving the camera now and I'll just keep it still for a bit. There's DCS Ducks. DCS Ducks is in the Hawk. Brilliant. Looks like the gear is down, but I don't think it actually physically is in this aircraft. Just, you know, so Microsoft still has these little things. Nice to see the diamond formation on YouTube that doesn't include a hot air balloon. Equalness says. Yes, it's true. Smurf says, Gripper Sim. Must have those top secret Navy papers on board. I do. I have lots of secrets on board the Gripper Sim liveried aircraft. That's from DCS as well. So, happy days. I'm going to put on YouTube, for those on YouTube, and don't worry guys on Twitch and girls on Twitch, I will share this with you as well. I'm going to just curiously put a poll. See, are you new to Flight Sim? Flight Sim. This is a little poll. So I'm just asking those of you watching on YouTube, are you new to Flight Sim? Now when I say new, I mean 2 months, a month, or you don't have it at all yet. Okay, and you're thinking about it. Because I'm taking this view. When I am learning these aircraft, when I've learned something, I'm going to continuously say in English what I'm doing. Like, you know, like why the pitot heat is coming on, and what it is, you know, it's the airspeed indicator, you know, and continue to talk like that, because I've got to keep new people in mind, because I will get very good at this, I hope. So that's, and some people have commented on the YouTube comments that they are learning, even though I don't know what I'm doing. They're learning from other people telling me what to do, and then they see me learning it and they learn from it. Do you know what I mean? It's like, you know, when you're in a classroom and the teacher asks a question, or the professor or whatever asks a question, or no, sorry, there's no, like, no, if you're in a classroom, right, in college or whatever, and one person puts their hand up and they ask a question, usually there's about 20% that wanted to ask the question, but you've just given up the answer because you were brave enough to put up your hand and ask. That's apparently how it works, believe it or not. So that's the thoughts behind that. Ian Ryan says, awesome, I need to learn. An agency Menderes, I think, like video guys. Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, I like the videos. I think, see, YouTube, I do a lot of eye candy videos. I spend 2 days on each video. It might be 5 minutes or 10 minutes. It takes 5-minute video will take a day. A 10-minute video takes 2 full days, more. And then it's a half day to upload it and have it processing. So if you like the video, you know, some people support it with subscriptions and stickers and super chats and all that kind of stuff. All you have to do is hit the like button, and that does help YouTube go, oh, okay, people like this video. You know, I think I'll spread it out more, and the YouTube then shares the video to more simmers, and if they like it, it goes from there. You know, that's what keeps the channel going. You know, comments. Oh, look at this. Look at that. That is absolutely. Look at this picture here. That is. Look at the camera. Oh no, he's moved. He's moved. Good stuff. We'll get it back. It's an awesome view. Annie Yancey, is it? Annie Yancey Hernandez? Hernandez. Annie, how do I pronounce that? How do I kind of, is it Anna-Y? Let me know in the chat there if you're brave enough for it. But yeah, I'm delighted you want to learn. from that. Barry Fox is with us as well. Barry Fox on the chat on YouTube. So as it stands, let's end the poll. Oh, I'll leave it there for another 2 minutes. As it stands at the poll, of all the people watching at least on YouTube, okay, 29%, I'll end the poll, 29% say they're new. So that's 30%. So, yeah, so no, of the people watching on YouTube, of 44 people watching, 66% say no, they're not new to flight sim, they're pretty good at it, and yes, this is 33%. Smurf says PMDG is bringing out the 747 in 2021. 2022 next study level heavy. PMDG is their developers, and they really make a lot of effort. Yeah, that's a little screenshot coming up there, folks. Just get that check the camera. I've got to move the camera as well. Actually, gosh, I like that shot. F1. That's stunning. Absolutely stunning. So we're going to arrive into Luton in the evening time. Where are we? Let's have a quick look inside the cockpit. Just a very quick look inside the cockpit. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to flight plan. We've got 489 miles to go. So at about... Oh, I need to climb higher. I'm only at 20,000 feet. So, will we leave it at 20,000 feet? I'm going to leave it at 20,000 feet just to let the guys get organised with the synchronisation flying. Yeah, we'll get the cameras back actually. Let's get the cameras back. Oh no, one more shot. One more picture. One more picture. Peter Barrett says, sorry I didn't vote. I'm new. Started with the original Microsoft Flight Simulator. Oh, Peter, you're in for a treat then. Because this is a world apart. This is seriously good. You're in for a treat. Some people have bought a very expensive PC, or have been lucky enough to buy a very expensive PC. Specifically for Flight Simulator. And it's, you know, you don't need a mad PC now, okay, anymore. You used to. Because if you had Flight Simulator back in the day, every 2 years you were going, the PC's too slow. Because every 2 years or so Microsoft would bring out a new... That's some screenshots there. They bring out a new flight sim, and of course the specs would go up a lot, you know. And you're going, it's too slow now, and you could never catch up. But now, thankfully, Microsoft Flight Sim, they've done a great job. You can lower the graphics, and it doesn't make a big difference in the graphics, but it makes a huge difference on your frame rates. All you need to play Flight Simulator, don't worry about getting 60 frames a second. That doesn't make sense. Because, think about it, you watch movies, at least this is my opinion, you watch movies at 24 frames a second. 24 point something, aren't you? Get 24 frames a second, you're fine. I keep smooth as ice. That's my opinion anyway. Excellent. We had great fun at the Discord last night because I went to the Discord. I usually have a chat in the Discord or look at it and see what's going on before the stream on Sundays. I come on and get everything ready an hour before, and I'll be on the Discord. So everyone was showing pictures of their pets. You know, some producer here, and of the treats they're going to have in the intermission. Yes, so we're an hour and 45 minutes into it now. We're in the cruise, right? So those of you who are thinking, look, I wouldn't mind a cup of tea, you know, but you don't want to miss anything. You might want to go to the toilet. Oh, I disconnected the autopilot because I picked up the Xbox controller there. Autopilot's back on and it's re-engaged. Thank God for that. Where was I? Yeah, so an intermission. So perhaps you want to get some treats. You're not going to miss anything because we have 469 miles to go. We've got quite a ways to go. So I usually put on a little intermission so if those of you who want to go to the toilet, maybe make a toasted sandwich. I don't know. It's going to be exactly 5 minutes. And it's not an ad or anything. It's a tongue-in-cheek if you're new to it. If you're new to the channel. And yes, is it time for an intermission, folks? Gotta go, safe landings all. Okay, lads, gotta go. That's fair enough, okay, lads. You got work tomorrow, you know. It is 22:46 here in Ireland, which is 10:46. We're only going to do one sector, so this is the time to play the intermission. So I'm going to get myself a sugary drink. So I'll see you in exactly 5 minutes.
And now, let's enjoy an intermission. We hope you filled your snack bar full of tasty treats to eat and drink. Perhaps a tempting tasting hotting dog, or a thirst-quenching sugar drink. Some fresh crunching popping corn perhaps, or an assortment of sugar-coated sweetness. Even enjoying a sickness stick. We've plenty of time, so visit your snack bar now. See now, Mr. and Mrs. Barker enjoying and gorging on the lovely treats with their lovely children. You could be doing this too, you still have time. And for those of you tea lovers, let's have a look at some tea making tips. Yes, the most important tea making tip, of course, when you have time, is to use the right mug. Yes, the right tea mug is always the right way. Look for the Grippersim tea mug. Yes, it makes your tea taste 20% better. Now, don't worry, you still have plenty of time to make your cup of tea. Mrs. Ainsley Creetrap, what do you think of drinking a cup of tea from the Grippersim mug as opposed to the normal mug?
Lovely. It's not everyone who can make a good cup of tea.
Splendid, Mrs. Ainsley Crabtree. Now, here are the ladies discussing the 6 points of making a good cup of tea, and of course the Grippersim mug will be included. Which number will it be?
Can I remember them? Of course you can. Try now. All right, here goes. Number 1.
Obviously the Grippersim mug.
Always use a good quality tea.
Yes, of course.
Good. Number 2. Always use freshly drawn water, right?
Number
3. Remember to warm the teapot or urn. Everyone knows that one. And number 4. Measure the right quantity of tea for the amount of water in the pot. Very good. Number 5. The water must reach boiling point. Pot to the kettle, not kettle to the pot. And the last rule, number 6.
Here we go.
Let the tea brew for 5 to 10 minutes.
Damn your
before
eyes,
serving.
woman. God bless. Grippersim tea mug.
Where does it all start? Sometimes here, with an acid stomach, or here, with tense, upset digestive nerves. It may even reach here, with that fuzzy, achy feeling in the head.
Are you suffering from intermission anxiety? It's the acid tension trouble triangle you're suffering from. Yes, now there's a new anti-intermission liquid, Peptus Liquid Elixir. It will break that bothersome intermission trouble triangle. It is fast-acting liquid, has no need to wait for it to dissolve as it's in liquid form. With unknown ingredients, it will settle acid in your stomach and those nasty intermission blues. Side effect of Peptus may include constipation, skin rash or dermatitis, diarrhea, dizziness, drowsiness, dry mouth, severe migraines, insomnia, suicidal thoughts, abnormal heart rhythms, internal bleeding, cancer, loss of sexual appendages, funny walk syndrome, loss of hair, reddening of the hair, big red nose syndrome, whitening of the skin, unusual voice patterns, childish behaviours, a propensity to blow up balloons. Death. Break that intermission trouble triangle with Peptus. Yes, Peptus available somewhere.
Just a minute, folks. Yes, that's all it takes to visit our refreshment counter in the lobby. There you'll find popcorn and an assortment of popular candy bars to please every taste. Try one of these delicious candy bars. Big time.
Ingredients include chemicals derived from petroleum.
Butternut.
Preservatives including sodium benzoate and sulfur dioxide. No nuts included.
Milkshake.
Including wood pulp and duck feathers as fillers.
Payday.
Including propylene glycol, carcinogenic flavorings, including trace elements of starch, strychnine, and lead.
Topped with Hollywood's super-rich coating of the kind you like best. They taste wonderful. They're delicious. They're nutritious. Get one at our confection counter in the lobby now.
And now a word from our esteemed producer. Such kind words. And now back to our normally scheduled programming.
Yes, that's our 5-minute intermission, just to give people a little break during the cruise and adjust the old head. And yes, good, happy days. A little break for everybody. Now, what have I been reading here? Stephen Allen says those lovely sweet tea ladies. Can you believe it? Back in the day, you know, there was a tea. I actually experienced that in Sydney in 1989, 98, I think it was, or 88. No, 1989. I worked in the fire commissioner's office, in the pay office. And there was a tea lady with the jacket on, had a jacket, and we got a cup of tea and 3 or 4 biscuits. And it was called 11s. Alright, Matt, it's time for 11s. And we'd all stop working, chat a little bit. Tea lady would come in, we'd have a chat with the tea lady, and we'd take a break for 15 minutes on our desks. Have cups of tea. Yeah, I don't know if they still do it in Australia. But I think that was, you know, the end of the tea era. And you know, hilarious. Look at that. Gosh. DCS ducks, if I zoom out, they should look good. DCS ducks is doing very well. But the other liveries are not, you know. They're not coloured up. I think they'll fix that. Let me straighten the camera. Jerk, I hate when that happens, but what can I do? But yes, very nice DCS ducks. Very nice. No Lee Reapers with us in the Hawk as well. I'll zoom out a little bit and see our convoy of eye-candy goodness. And I'm thinking things are going well. Let me just hold the cockpit there just to make sure things are actually going well. This could be over the Luton airport. We have if you go to the flight plan, 417 nautical miles to go. And I'm going to start planning my descent shortly. Anyway, way ahead of time this time. But first, I think will we give producer Buttons a treat? Will we give producer Buttons a treat? Usually, producer Buttons jumps up when I say treat. Producer Buttons. No, I wait till he kicks off then, shall I? I wait till he kicks off. Or she kicks off, sorry. I wait till she kicks off. We're on the North European server. For those of you who want to join us in the sim. It's always the North European server. Now, in all fairness to you, I didn't tell you that we're on the North European server in Microsoft Flight Sim. On Sundays, I always post it out on Instagram, on Twitter, and on the Discord. I'll give you an invite to the Discord now. You can see all what we're up to last night. So on Facebook it goes out as well, I think, as well. So I usually, for Sunday stream, because Sunday's on my schedule, well, that's definite. 2100 hours, Irish UK time local, 9 o'clock in the evening local. It's in stone. and I usually send out during the day. I'll send out that message to everyone that we're on the North European server. I'll give you a flight plan that you know exactly where we're going, and you can upload the flight plan onto Flight Simulator if you want, if you have a PC version. Unfortunately, the Xbox is not ready yet, but I still give you the flight plan so you can put it in yourself, and you can all follow along. But I haven't made a schedule during the week yet. I'm just, I'm thinking maybe 6 o'clock or 7 in the evening or something like that. 7, 8, 9, 10. I've got to play with it. So that's what I've been doing the last couple of weeks, is just to see. And I know if I had a proper schedule, I think after tea time, Irish UK time, after you've come home, after you've done your stuff, and then you've had your tea, kind of like late night television in America. They come on about 10 o'clock. So as I'm talking, I'm always just glancing at the chat. So I tell you what I'll do. Right, I've got to figure out the polls on Twitter. Here we got some more followers there. We've got Matthew. Oh yeah, okay. I just saw that. Matthew Godson subscribed there an hour ago. 31 minutes ago. Barry Fox, welcome on YouTube. Subscribed on YouTube. 9 minutes ago. Richard Adams followed on Twitch. Great, welcome, folks. Now, what was I saying there? I put it on, and I'll let you guys know in the Twitch stream what we get. So, I'm going to create a poll in YouTube asking what time IRL/UK time would you like a stream? And I'm going to put in, just out of curiosity, I'd say I'm going to give you the 24-hour clock. So actually not everyone knows the 24-hour clock. So evening time, so 6 o'clock, 6:10 in the evening, or 7 in the evening, or actually we'll start with 5. So we'll say 5 o'clock in the evening, and say 6 o'clock. Just see what people come back with. 6 o'clock in the evening. I suppose if I had a schedule, it wouldn't really matter, because at least you know when I'm coming on. Do you know what I mean? So I'm thinking of streaming a lot more during the week. At 8 o'clock. They wouldn't let me add another option. So if your option isn't there, put it in the chat on YouTube, and I'll tell everyone in Twitter or Twitch. Twitter. So I've put on a spread there from 5 till 5, 6, 7, 8 in the evening there, and see. I want that up here. There it is. Okay. So let me guys know on YouTube what time, and if their time isn't there, just type it in. Because I'm going to make a schedule, but of course I'm going to have to stick to it then, aren't I? So Sundays it's at 9 o'clock in the evening. Yes. So I'm going to write this down. So for 9 o'clock, I'll write all these down. So that's Plasma Dave for 9 o'clock. Okay, that's one vote for 9. I'm also watching the Twitch chat as well. So in Twitch chat, let me know what times you'd like the streams on during the week. Because I'm getting close to it now. I have to make some decisions with regards to my time. So I think certainly after work, Irish UK time. Badge and Cowboy is peeling off there. Does he know something I don't? Because he's probably on the same route as me. Everything's good. We've got 303 miles to go. 383 miles to go. For 9. None of these are great for me. Oh, lol. Where are you, EQS? Where do you live? Australia or something? 8 p.m. for you. 1 p.m. for me. 2 hours. Yeah, see, this is the thing. I could do a spread during the week and say I'll do one for UK Irish time, and I'll do one for Australian time, or America or New York time, or something like that. So it's a tricky one. I'll have to make up slots. So EQS, where are you living now? What part of the world? You say 8 p.m. for you is 4 midnight for me. So earlier, EQS. So where are you living? 8 p.m. be earlier during the day, about 4 o'clock. Ah, poor Badge and Cowboy. My autopilot went on a mind of its own there. So EQ was, Badge and Cowboy, that's why he peeled off down here. It happened to me. It just switched off, and I only noticed it, like, 10 minutes after. I was going, oh, what's happened? All hell broke loose. But I learned stuff. I learned how to go to a direct to a waypoint and all that kind of stuff and get back on track. And that will happen to me again. There's no doubt about that. Look at the way the sun off the glare shield there. Look at that detail. I used to, look at that. All the details there. You couldn't, it's incredible. Peter Brett says, he's talking to Equus. Oh, Peter's in Australia. Hey Siri, what time is it in Sydney?
In Sydney, Australia, it's 10:07.
So it's in the morning. Yeah, tricky one. I'd have to get up like at 3 o'clock in the morning, wouldn't I? For Australia. Okay, cool. And Badge and Cowboy just went direct to norm, N-O-R-E-M, on that waypoint. Let's see what that is. I'm getting this doubling up. Oh yeah, there it is. There's going there. Okay, so I think I should start planning my descent, folks, because this is where I always stuff up. So we've got a bit to go. We should have, see the rings here, that's about 320 nautical miles. Does that match up? 320 nautical miles? Yes, it kind of does. So I'm going to start planning my approach a little bit. Let's do the cruise check, shall we? Check ecam, check weather. Okay, I'm going to do that. Select approach. Yeah, we've done that already. And the beauty of doing that is, let's say they gave us, ATC gave us, they changed the runway or the approach, and I get that off the radio. This is why I'm not doing the live radio, the VATSIM yet, because I want to be quick at this. I hit the destination, I go to the arrivals, and I just select the arrival, and I can go select more here. I can select all the stars, and hit it and hit return, and that's it, which is great. So I won't have to do that today. I'm just really doing this to remind myself. RadNav. Okay, so let's get some details about Luton Airport. I'm going to Navograph. Luton Airport is Echo Golf Golf Whiskey. Echo Golf Golf Whiskey. Boom. Is that Luton already? Yes, Luton, please. Thank you. Approach. We are doing. Oh God, what approach should I select? Let me just double check that here. Flight plan. Let me move this window here. See, I'm doing this in plenty of time, and I can double check it then at the last minute. So that's twice. Flight plan. That's my destination. This is arrival. I'm arriving on ILS runway 25 via Abbott. Great. 25. ILS Cat 3s. Oh, nice. Okay, we can do Cat 3. Aircraft sets outside the mountain. Okay, fine. Luton, that's confirmed. It's Cat 3, runway 25. 8 is Luton Airport approach, tower, ground, localizer. Let me write that down. ILS 25 is frequency 109.15. Final approach course is 255 degrees. Decision height 708, 200 feet above the ground. So I would like to use the barrow. There will be ground proximity for 200 feet. Airport elevation is 526. Happy days. Mr. Approach climb straight 3,000 feet. Climb straight ahead. That's fine. Outbound. Okay, great. We'll be doing that. Cat 3 is in here. I'm just going to read this. Cat 3 special aircrew and aircraft certification required. Well, we're okay there because we've got the fly-by-wire Airbus. Aircraft can normally expect to be radar vectored onto final, which is, you know, the way it is. ILSD may read 0 at runway threshold. Aircraft unable to receive DME and form ATC. Radio failure. Okay, we're not going to have radio failure because it's the same. Aircraft will normally be required to hold not lower than 3,000 feet. So that's the hold there. They haven't implemented the hold procedure on this aircraft yet, as far as I know. Let me know in the chat if you think otherwise. So that's a hold. Is that a beacon or... It's an ADF. Oh, I must do that manually one day. Great. So 255 confirmed, 109.15. Yes. We're going to come in a base at 3,000 feet, so we want to be at 3,000 feet by D7.7. I would actually, sorry, by D10. That's 10 miles out. So we need to be 3,000 feet. Great. And there's all the other bits and pieces here. Oh, Cat 3 is 50 feet. So we put in 50 feet. So I'm going to do a Cat 3. I might do it manually. Yeah, I do it manually because I think the weather's going to be quite bad there. We're going to find out now in a minute. Look, if it all went... I'm going to go down to 50 feet. Okay? And if it goes badly, I'll just have to duke myself out of it. Okay, so I'm going to go manually to 50 feet. Great. Okay, so that's the plates. Blah, blah, blah. Let us then go to Radna. We are using the ILS. The ILS frequency is 109.15. 109.15. Boom. The course up here? What's this course here? What's that mean? I don't know what that means. Can I put in the course manually? 255. See, I don't know if it's the one above. I think it's up here. You know? I don't know. It might be automatic. I don't know. That's what I usually do. 109.15. Okay, great. This other stuff now I've got to do. Performance. I've got to activate. I won't activate the approach phase until I get close, and that'll slow me down to 250 knots, below 250 knots, isn't it? I'm going to have a look at the comments now to see what you think about that. Climb, cruise, descent, approach, Q&H. Let's get the weather. So, how do we get the weather? Right, so, let's print out the weather. I love this. I love this. Let's just double check. Okay, we're fine. 324 miles away. To get the weather, MCDU, we're going to go to Atsu here. We're going to go AOC menu. And we're going to request the weather. Request weather request. WX for weather. We want it. Okay, we get both. We want it for Echo Golf Golf Whiskey. Send it. Takes a bit. While that's sending, let's have a look and see if I got any more indications there. Not yet, no. Okay, let's have a look at the chat. Let's have a look at the YouTube chat. Cheddar Key saying Gripper. It's gorgeous. It's a gorgeous night in Echo Golf Golf Whiskey. Light winds, clear skies, etc. It's bad in Ireland. I should have gone to Dublin because the weather's quite poor here. It's like really foggy. Yeah, I might go to Dublin from Luton if the weather's really bad in Dublin. We'll see. I might do that. Cherokee says standard practice is to activate approach phase in MCDU as you descend through 10,000 feet. Okay, that would make sense because when you're below 10,000 feet you have to be below 250 knots, no? You have to be, isn't it a speed restriction? Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you, Cherokee. Keep those coming. Keep those coming. Chris Winfield says he just flew into, this is on YouTube now, just flew into Luton 2 weeks back from Budapest. Oh, cool. Cherokee says, I'm in Dublin. It's gorgeous here as well. Oh, excellent. Okay, so it wasn't earlier on. See this front? Oh, yeah, you can't see that picture. See earlier on here? See that there? That was, maybe that's, see, it's going this way. It's going to the north, so just maybe we might be on the edge of that front there. That's what I was looking at. I got a bing bang. Fly by Cosmos, greetings and welcome. Fly by Cosmos has followed us on Twitch. Welcome, Fly by Cosmos, to the madness. Welcome indeed. Now, what was it doing? Oh yeah, the weather. I keep going off on a tangent. Concentrate, represent. So I return back to the AOC menu, and I go to receive messages. There's the weather, the METAR. Meteorological actual report for over the aerodrome. I'm going to print them both out, and the printer starts to print. Isn't it nice? How cool is that? And if you tap on it, boom, it goes up here nicely. See? So you can copy it. So now let's go back to, you wouldn't want to be doing this in a hurry, would you, if you're not kind of too sure. Performance, wasn't it? Performance, and then bang. Next phase, this is cruise, that's the descent. Then the approach. So Q and H. Let's make sure I read the right one. Q and H is 1026. 1026. Boom. Temperature is 5 degrees. Oh, the temperature and dew point. So that's the temperature 5, and the dew point is 4. So when they match, you got haze, you got fog, you got poor visibility. Usually, yeah, you will. So 5 degrees, 5. Boom. The winds are 160 at 1 knot. Okay. 160/01. Boom. And I said I'd put in the radio 50 feet. Boom. That is that. Great. Happy days, that's the go out. So that's that. What else do I have to do? Okay, so this is what I need to checklist for the approach. Let's calculate our descent now, because it isn't implemented in this model yet. So I've got to come up with a kind of rule of thumb, and the best one is, again, thanks to all the boys for helping me out on this one, because I kept forgetting it. It's so simple. Oh, I didn't even climb up to my altitude. ATC is telling us to go up to 30,000 feet. It's funny when you're on the radio in real life, and I think VATSIM is going to be great for this. I don't know in VATSIM if they have a practice thing, you know, so you don't get kicked for being an idiot, you know. I don't know. I have to download it and start playing with it. I really do. When you're flying along, they're calling out all sorts of your call sign. So let's say if I'm in Echo India Delta Golf X-ray, for example, they'll be calling all the other aircraft. The minute they say Echo India Delta Golf X-ray, your ears pick up and you hear everything. It's bizarre. Your ears, you get your radio ears. So I need to get VATSIM going. I do need to get VATSIM going. So at the radio sometimes, you know, I didn't go to. I said I don't know. I think I said I was going to go to 30,000 feet initially, but they come on and they go, you know, Delta Alpha Foxtrot Bravo Whiskey, for example, now climb to 30,000 feet, or clear to climb 30,000 feet, and you go clear to climb 30,000 feet, Delta Alpha Foxtrot Bravo Whiskey, and you have to confirm the receipt of the message. So there you go. So we're going to climb up a little bit late to be climbing, because we do have, in all fairness, 284 miles to go, but still I want to practice the whole thing. I want to see if it works out. So From 30,000 feet, let's practice our descent. So the base altitude we want to be at is 3,000 feet. So take 3 from 37. Sorry, take 3 from that's so we want to descend. So we're going to be at 30,000 feet. We want to descend at 3,000 feet. So that's 27,000 feet. So what I do is I take my 27,000 feet, which is the amount I have to descend. So I take 27 in the calculator. 27 multiplied by 3. That gives me 81 nautical miles. And I add 10, so it's 91 nautical miles. So 91 nautical miles before the runway, I will start my descent. And then we should be at 3,000 feet in time for the ILS. If I'm too high, I can use the speed brake. If I'm too low, I can just easily manipulate the descent from here. So that's the plan. So I will descend then from 30,000 feet. Okay. Start my descent. When I get to 10,000 feet, I have lots of things to do. I've got to put the Q&H on here. I have to put on the landing lights and other lights as well, so the checklist. I have to activate the approach phase from performance. And when I get lower, I'm going to hit the LS button so I can see I'm going to intercept the ILS. And when I see the arrow, which is for the localizer, which is going to come across here in a diamond, and I'm going to see the glide slope coming across here, and I see those and they're within half scale, I usually then hit the approach button, and that will take me down the ILS. And I can add a second autopilot as well, and that will be Cat 3, and then the aircraft will flare for you, and all you have to do is brake. So I like to talk through the whole thing, you know, and I'll do that again. Now, what have I left out? There's a descent calculator in your flight plan. Oh, really? That's from on YouTube. Posey John 63, I think it is. Posey, thank you very much. I call you Posey if that's okay. Correct me if I'm wrong. Is there now? There's a calculator. Oh, look. Really? There is. That's what that is. So let's see how close I was then, will we? So what did I say? 91? Let's say 30,000. 85. Posey Down 63, thank you very much. You see? Now, not only Posey, I hope it's Posey Down. Just let me know if I'm annoying you now with not pronouncing your name. Not only have I learned that now, a lot of people watching have just learned that. They didn't know either. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. Well, that's very cool. Landing wind. Oh, there's other stuff here. Get my turn. That's interesting. So we are. So I wasn't far off there, was I? That's nice. Echo Golf Golf Whiskey. Echo Golf Golf Whiskey. Boom. Get my turn. That's nice. Ooh, okay. Well, that's great. Top of descent. I love it. So 85 nautical miles. So I said 91. We won't quibble about 6 miles, but that's really useful. So I don't have to go. So you know, but I'm going to do both in future. I'm going to do the manual rule of thumb, and I'm going to use this as well. Let's see how close I get. How about that? Brilliant. Cheddar C says you can arm the approach button much earlier if you do. E.g. 15 minutes out from the airport reduces your workload as things get busy. Yes, Cheddar Key, this is it. So, you know, if I'm getting overloaded with radio and they want me to climb, descend, and maybe do a hold, and I've got to do a hold manually, with the approach button, 250 knots. And is that all the approach button does? I'm going to write that down. What does the approach button do in the Airbus? Airbus approach button. So that's a little bit of homework for me. Great, let's have a look outside. We haven't been outside for a while. Oh, there we go. We're up higher now, 30,000 feet, and we have the contrails, which pleases me. DCS Ducks is still with us, and so is Lonely Reaper. We've got the, we've got all the stuff going and things. It doesn't show the other aircraft yet, their contrails. The contrails, incidentally, jets do pollute the air, of course they do. But the contrails themselves are not pollution. If you think about it, very, 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 very cold air, probably minus 48 degrees, about 52 actually, 56 degrees let's say. That's going into a very, very hot engine. And then it throws it out the back, and what happens to the air? It condenses to moisture. So that's what the contrail is, it's just moisture. And of course that's why it doesn't go on forever. So that's what you're seeing. There's Dark Jehus. Greetings, Dark. So that's what the contrails are, and I love the way they've implemented that. I really do. Super. How many miles out are we now? I'll leave it there, I think. Is there something else I want to do? I don't think so. I think I'm... Something else I gotta do. Andy Yancey Horrendez saying, wow, let me go back there because you like that picture. I'll declutter for you. There's all the names gone. There is that view. There is the coolness. Are we over the ocean, folks? So we've passed France. We must be on our way. There is the... Oh, that would actually be a great screenshot. Okay, boys. Come in a little bit closer. Come in a little bit closer. I want to do another screenshot because this time I have the contrails. I wanted to give the producer a treat before we go. Let's just declutter my face. I love the contrails, folks. The sound. Control Alt F1. So many cool screenshots. I'll put these on the Discord. Oh, I want to give you an invite for the Discord. I want to give you all an invite for the Discord there, folks. Control Alt F1. Let me do that before we get closer. Invites to the Discord. The Discord is just everyone flying along. Everyone wants to ask questions, and it's just a little community. It's just a little community for us all. Oh, there's a little screenshot there. Thank you so much, guys. Your stars. I'm going to get that picture and put it on the wall or something. What was I doing? I want to get Discord here on the computer. There might be a bit of flickerage going on here. I'm getting busy now here myself. Going up to invite people. I'm going to send you all a link now on both Twitch and YouTube to join the Discord. It's free. It is free. Of course, it's free. Where is the other one here? I've got windows all over the shop here, folks. Here we go. There's the Discord. So, join the Discord. Have a look around. See what you think. There's voice chat as well. So if you're talking to someone and you want to fly with them, here, let me put my camera on. With Discord, I think it's great. The more, I can't believe I didn't do it before. It was actually Two-Tone Murphy who kind of said, here, Gripper Sim, you need to use Discord. What are you doing? And now I understand what he meant. You know? And you can go in, and I might open up some more voice channels. Oh, TCAS. Is TCAS going to go off? Let's have a look. There's no TCAS at this today. Have I switched on the TCAS? I have switched on the TCAS. Why am I getting any TCAS? Uh, 208 miles to go. And I said, what? 91 miles. Or 85, thereabouts. Where is the TCAS, folks? What have I not done? I'm not getting any TCAS, or am I too far out? That's why. Look, I'm zoomed all the way out. Of course, there's no TCAS. But I should have got a warning. No, there's no TCAS. There's no radar fixes there at all. So what have I not done that I'm not getting any TCAS readings? You know? Interesting. Is there something I haven't done? That's not implemented. That's not implemented. Emor says on YouTube, aha, I have a beagle too. They're great dogs, you know. Well, my one is full of personality. Buttons? Producer buttons? Here, would you like a treat? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. The cabin crew will be coming around momentarily with treats for everyone on board, compliments of the captain. Yes, it's treat time. So, producer Buttons, thank you very much for helping out, and you do deserve a treat, and thank you very much for your assistance and help throughout the streams. You have been very, very helpful, and we thank you. You're getting lots of lovely comments there from everybody. I know it's late at night. Usually you get little hand wipes at this point, don't you, before you arrive? You get little hand wipes, or if you're like going to Asia or something, get these lovely warm damp cloths. So we used to give them out anyway. Certainly on Thai Airways, and there you go, little Buttons, the producer. For those of you who are new to the channel, whether it's a fluke or not, I don't know, but when I do something terribly wrong and I make a mistake, it's always the same time when the producer kicks off, starts, you know, getting upset. Do you know? So there's the producer there. Yes. Yes. What's that? You said say hello to everybody. Of course. Buttons says hello. I think I'm going mad. Now, back to... Now, let's get the cam ready for... Although you can't see my hand movements on the throttles, at least you can see my hand movements. I have to twist this a bit more. Oh my god. Let me just get this camera sorted out first, folks. Get that camera out there and just fix your camera there. Oh dear. What is one doing with a break? It should cost a fortune. Can I twist that thing there? Nope, obviously not. Nope. Not gonna do that. I'm going to mount that. I'm just trying to fiddle with the camera here. I shouldn't have unscrewed it in the first place, folks. You know, I shouldn't have started fiddling around with it during stream. You know, because now it won't stay where I want it to stay. Now it will, because the wire's all twisted up, but there you go. Now, okay, I want the flight recorder as well. I want the flight recorder. I'm going to do this manually. Yep. Get some motorage going. The poll, by the way. The poll on YouTube. YouTubers, we hail you. 5 o'clock, 17%. 6 o'clock, 6%. 7 o'clock, 22%. And 8 o'clock, 56%. So there has to be schedules about 8 to 9. Yeah? Maybe I should put 9 o'clock there. So some people are saying 9 o'clock. So thank you, YouTubers, for the poll. I appreciate it. Annie Yancy Hernandez saying she loves dogs. I presume it's a she or a he. I just say they. They love dogs. Hosey is saying, you choose dogs, cat chooses you. That's quite true. That is indeed quite true. And Ian Parliament is telling me, gotta go. Don't forget the landing gear. I shall not forget the landing gear. How many miles are we? 197. So about 100 miles to go before the descent phase. Let's look outside again. It is getting very late. It is a long sector. It is quite a long sector, really. Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have woken up the dog. Okay, so. Sencha says, I posted a screenshot channel on your Discord. Oh, great. Great. The more screenshots, the better. It's actually great fun. We had great fun last night. It's just one of those things that kicked off. I thought it was hilarious. Someone said, you know, because of the intermission, if you've seen the intermission, it says get yourself treats and stuff. And they sent a picture of their treats. And everyone jumped in. And we got lots of pictures of treats. And then I sent a picture of the dog with the dog's treats. And then everyone sent pictures of their pets. Oh, it's just gone crazy. Which is fun, you know. So yes, join the Discord. No. Producer went in on the wires. No. Producer, here. Over there. Not the wires, please. If you sit there politely. God. Yeah. It's getting out of control here. It's getting out of control. Producer, would you kind of avoid the camera there? Would you be ever so good as to you know, that is the only food you get, you know, I'm afraid, you know. Okay, back to the this is what happens, and I'm overhead the airfield, and I didn't descend, and all hell breaks loose, and the producers left the room, which is fine. Okay. Right. Let us review the approach. One more time. I want to nail this one. The last one was quite good. The approach worked out quite well. Let's do that one more time. So the weather. Let us check the weather. See if the weather has changed. How much time I've got. I've got 97 miles to go. And it did say 85 here. And before I descend from 30,000 feet, I am at 30,000 feet. Boom. And let's just see what the weather's changed. The TAFs. The METARS, the Meteorological Actual Report, so it stands for, I believe. It does, that's what it does stand for. Let's have a look at Sue. Boom. Here's Sue menu, boom. Excuse me, weather request. Start some open. Wait for that. So I'm going to start our descent for runway 25 109. Let me just check that there. 109.15, 109.5. Approach course 255. Don't know what's going on down here. I'm hoping this is the approach course for the ADF. I don't know. We're not using VORs or anything like that yet. At least not this stream today. So that's that set. Let us go back to the weather. So we want to go to MCDU menu down to ATSU there. And it should have arrived. AC menu, weather request. Measure, yeah, set. We got it there. It is. Happy day. Oh, darn. Oh, I went too far there. I went to the received messages. print them out. 1548, because they change every half an hour. Do you know? Good. Did I hit the print button? Okay, I think I actually... Okay, let's get that into here. Let's confirm that is all the same. Let us go back to... I'm kind of doing this for myself, so, you know, it's just fluent. I don't have to think about it. I shouldn't have to think about it. Well, I don't want to have to think about it. So QNH is 1023 now. Oh, right. Okay, QNH is 1. No, I read the wrong one. That's also. QNH is 1026. Okay, still 1026. That was close. Temperature is 5, dew point is 3, so we're expecting good weather. Magnetic winds 280 at 3 knots. Let's change a little bit. 280 at 0.3 knots. .280 at 3 knots. Take care more. 1026, 1026. We've got. Now, here's the thing I want. I would just want to hit this button when we go below 10,000 feet. I want to just go to 1026, but how do I change it without actually... Do you know, I have to go here and I want 1026. Do you know, now that's giving me a problem. Because look, it kind of jumped up in altitude there. So I don't know how to change this here, the QNH. So I just flipped from standard to the correct QNH. Do you see? Or is what do? You start your descent and then change it to the active QNH? I don't know. Let's have a look at the back. So it looks nice. You got your spec somewhere. First time chat. Fred. I just call you Fred. Freddy Tojo. Toj. Fred. FRED-TOJ. Setup looks nice. You've got your spec somewhere. My glasses. Freddy. I call great Freddy. I'll call you Freddy then from now on. Welcome, Freddy. First time chat for a viewer from XO Shana X. Is it possible to land the A320 on autopilot like the 747? Yes, it'll bring it down. Cat 3 landings all the way and flare. It's absolutely brilliant. There's some stuff still missing on it, but I'm not complaining. That's the approach course to the ILS. Okay, so Cherokee's, yeah, saying from earlier on, that is, I was right, that is the approach course. I just wanted to make sure. Have you tried the F-22 gripper? I haven't actually, Plasma Dave. I haven't tried the F-22 yet. I just find some military aircraft don't make sense yet on Microsoft Flight Simulator, because I feel that DCS World is really good because you can fire missiles and get into battles, you know. So I don't really tend to... I reviewed the Hawk there last weekend. I'll do some more because I guess they're popular enough. Some people say no, there's no point in Microsoft Flight Simulator because you're not going to battle, are you? But no, I haven't seen the F-22 and I should have, and I saw it coming out. It just doesn't look like an airplane to me. That's just my own preference, you know. That's just my own preference. But you know, I don't feel. So yeah, I'll have to. Mach 2.2 needs to be experienced. It does, Plasma Dave. Cherokee says you change your QNH passing 10,000 feet. You also activate approach mode in CDU. Okay, so because I'm being lazy now, I'm kind of thinking I would like to have the correct QNH set up here, so I just have to hit the button. So what you've got to do is you've got to start your descent, then select the QNH of your airport 1026 in this case, and then that's when you do it. Okay, so I just don't see why there's a QNH in there. Now, I haven't set, I've left the old QNH here, so I'll put the QNH in here. 1026, isn't it? 1026. So put 1026 in here. Oh, wrong way. Wrong way. There we go, 0 to 6. 940 feet of the difference. Almost 1,000 feet of the difference. Your little dog is looking for more treats, aren't you? Okay, so let's have a look at the evening time. You'll notice, by the way, you will notice it's been evening all the way from Oslo down to Luton. All the way. And you're probably wondering, why does it stay like that? Well, we're over UK now, aren't we? Well, that's because we've been following the sun, isn't it? You know, which is remarkable in a flight simulator. You know, it actually simulates everything. So it's been an evening flight. It's you know, the golden hour all the way, and that's kind of what I was hoping for. And it's just bizarre. It's bizarrely realistic. Accenture saying yeah, you change the QNH as you pass the transition altitude. Okay. Well, all I'm saying is I just like to have the QNH. So when I go from standard to 10,000 feet, I don't want to have to go press it once and then, you know, twisty. Seeing as it's in there, I just like to press one button. That's what I'm thinking. I won't spit hairs over it. So 197. We've got 100 miles to go. You know, 100 miles. It's a long old flight. You know, let's hit the V button here and get the map of Europe here. It's taking a while to load. You can get better ones of these. Yeah, we're coming down the there. We just went over Heathrow there. No, so Heathrow's down here. We've just come down here from the northeast. We've got a fair bit to go. There's someone else happily flying there. Look. So we've got a bit to go. Usually, the last time I flew the Airbus, we saw everyone else flying along. We saw a lot of aircraft flying along. Maybe, you know, and that is to say, I saw other contrails. And that was AI traffic. They don't show the contrails yet for live players yet. Sim, I can't go. Let's declutter here for a while, just for a little bit, so you can enjoy the eye candy. Switch it out a little bit. Now I'm looking forward to the racing mod. I don't know what to expect, because I'm thinking of either doing a video first and then streaming, or I'm thinking of streaming it the minute it comes out and I've downloaded it. I think I'll stream it first, because at least then I'm going to learn something about how it works as a noisy. Okay, maybe things might be going wrong here. I think we've got a problem coming up. I think the producer's trying to tell me something. This is what happens. The producer's getting a little bit upset and restless. Is wandering around, is trying to get into all the wires. I heard a bing bing. Republicans or dumb. Republicans. Greetings, Republicans, has just followed. Republicans or dumb. It's just followed, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Crazy Madness. This is quite a long flight as it turned out. I'm just trying to control the producer here. No, please come away from the pedals. Please, no. Producer? Do you want to relax a little bit there? No? Do you want to, just take it easy? Maybe... Do you want to come over here? Do you want to look at the camera and say hello? No? You want to stay under there? You want to stay under there? Are you looking for another treat? No. You're just staring at me. Because you're wondering why I'm talking to myself. At least that's the way it appears to you. Okay, I'm going to have to ignore you for a while. Yes. Yes. Yes, I am. I think the dog's a bit frightened in the fact that the dog's probably wondering why I'm talking to myself. At least that's what it appears like to the dog. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to clean up the old footage there, folks. So anyway, yeah, so with regards to the new update for the Reno Air Races, I think I'll just stream it. We'll all go in and see if it race. We can have a race and see how that goes. Airplane is turning onto the next waypoint now. Not long to go. And if I stuff this up in any fashion, I'm going to be a little bit displeased. Oh, all of a sudden we've got 37 miles to go. Are you kidding me? See that? Now I'm too late to descend, so I'm going to have to think about this. That I was not expecting. So what the deuce? Okay. Let us think about this. Let me think about this. Booker, you see what I've done again? Yeah, I've done it again. I think something happened there in that it just went way forward because I was 100 miles to go. It's just going to take a good while. So let me take the autopilot on to heading mode. I'm going to turn around a little bit. Now I don't know what happened there. Was that how much time went by when I was trying to sort out the dog? You know? That is... I have like 191 miles to go. And that's when I switched off the camera. We'll fix it. We're going to learn something new now, right? So I stuffed up the approach too high. At 35 miles out from the airport, I should be, way low. I'm going to go back to Abbott, right? I'm going to go back to... no, I need to go further. That is most displeasing. We're going to go out here in this line here. The producer hypnotized me. Yeah, it just time went by so fast there. It was just... It's just... Where's the heading indicator now? Oh, I need the rows. There we go. So the heading bug now. So that's going to delay us a little bit. To save time, I'm going to start descending down to 20,000 feet. So I'll have to recalculate everything. We're going to descend now 20,000 feet. So I guess I want to control it. So go, descend. Now it's going to descend 3 degrees. We're going to get down to 20,000 feet and we're going to get back onto profile. So that is bizarre, isn't it? And I knew I was pushing it. I knew I was pushing it by kind of talking about other things and give the dog a treat and, and you can see this does happen in real life. It has happened, should I say. So I'm going to come out here We'll go out to about, let's have a look at the rows here. The arc. I'm going to come out to about, maybe here. 60 miles out. I'll go to about 60 miles out. That looks about right there. And hopefully I have enough fuel left. I appear to, yeah, I have 2 tons inside. That's it. So yeah, this has happened before, I'm sure, you know. Pilots chatting and, you know, not paying attention because they've been doing it for years. And, oh shit, we didn't descend. Can you imagine? They're going to get all of this recorded. They missed their, you know, they're expected at a certain time. What are they going to say? You know, oh, we've been talking about our weekend. You know, that's what they're going to say to their bosses. So yeah, that's what happens. So we'll be at 20,000 feet. So 53 nautical miles out at 20,000 feet I'm going to turn in. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go direct to Abbott. Okay? I'm going to go direct to Abbott, and I think I can do that now. We're going to be at 20,000 feet soon. So here's something new, and I'm actually, maybe this has worked out for the best. If I want to go direct to Abbott, I hit the direct button. I haven't done this for a while actually. I want to go to Abbott. No, there's the direct button. Where's the direct button? That's the direct. Direct to Abbott. There's Abbott. Boom. 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 Direct to Abbott. Let us put the heading. Oh, it's gone automatically to autopilot. It's going to take a right turn, which would be, it'd be quicker to the left, but a right turn. Okay, that would make sense. I'm going to level off at 20,000 feet. We are now. Oh, all of a sudden now we're 197 miles. Is it a bug, folks? I think it was alright, right? That's bizarre. Am I gone nuts here? 'Cause that's at 30 something miles, 35 miles, you know? At one point. But then again, we did go out a fair bit. But look. There you go, sterile cockpit. That's how important it is. And I would imagine, I must ask around actually. I must ask around real pilots in the airlines. As it happened, you know, they're chatting away. Oh, the camera, sorry folks. You didn't see the shock on my face there. It's probably just as well, because I have quite an expression, I imagine. There you go. Let's see the camera coming up. Come on. There you go. So yeah, it's a bug. It must be, Davo says. Yeah, it must be a little bit of a bug. But we're on direct to Abbott now. There's an aircraft there off to my left. Somewhere. So it is working. I wonder, does it only work for the AI aircraft? So I'm direct to Abbott. I expect it to start leveling off now. Brilliant. So here's the ring. So we're 40 miles out. Look, we're just about 40 miles out. There's the ring there of the distance, nautical miles. And it's telling me 197 miles. Yeah, a little bit of confusion there. The D, I presume, means start to descend. Is that what the D means there? A network glitch. Ah, DCS structure. It might be a network glitch. So it was some sort of a glitch then. It wasn't me then. Bad weather at Luton. No, great. Davos says it's bad weather at Luton. I like bad weather in Flight Simulator. It went from 197 to 40. Oh, Badging Cowboy watch just happened, did you? Okay. Always exciting. Always exciting. 20,000 feet. Let's get back on track. So we said, what, about 53, they're not 10 there, so no, that's 6 miles out. So we're back on track. If that happened in real life, what would you say? What would you say to operations manager, I guess? Oh, the rest is not. Let's go direct to the US. Why is it going? Is it going to turn around now? Back here? What have I done? What's it going to do when I get to Abbott? It's going to swing all the way around. Why is this a broken green line? That is not good. That ain't good. I'm just pressing the button something for the best here now. I'm with the ground at Luton. Actually, just a bit misty, says Davo. Badging Cobber, I nearly got down in time, but to descend to go around back to Abbott 2. Okay, so it's not giving me the... Oh, DCX says he was right behind me. DCS Duck says he was right behind me for the whole flight and suddenly had to turn around, so it wasn't just me. Now, it looks like, are we going off profile here? Are we going off profile? Let's go to USR. Let's be quick about it and see if this fixes it. Direct. Oh, come on. I need to get back on track. USR. Direct to USR. Do it. Punch it. Yeah, it's going direct to USR, but I've got broken lines now, which means there's something wrong with the navigation. Maybe when I get back on track, it'll be a solid line. Maybe that's what it is, because I'm so far off where I should be. Let's go to flight plan. We're on DO85F. Okay, so we're going to DO85 Foxtrot there. So that looks okay, but I'm just worried now this is a broken line. How many miles out are we? Oh god, start descending please. Let's descend out 3,000 feet. I'm too late again because I was panicking with something else. 3,000 feet. Boom. Let's hit the approach mode. Let's slow down maybe a little bit. Let's get the approach mode activated. Let's go back to performance. Oh yeah, this is... yeah, take me down to 250 please. I'm still on standard because I'm 19,000 feet descending. Why is that line broken? Very close. Let's put some air brakes on. Okay, that's a bug. Air brakes are coming on. Now all of a sudden, I'm... ...23 miles away. It's jumping around like a lunatic. There's something very wrong. It's not descending as I want. It's only at 700 feet a minute as well. Let's do this manually. I'm going to descend 2,000 feet a minute. So there's a little bug there. I'm not going to kick myself over that. So I'm taking over the autopilot pretty much manually now. So I'm on it. If I'm not... I'm now 19 miles out, so I've got, you know, a lot of distance to get down. I have to get down very quickly. 4,500 feet a minute. Let's get the passengers. 4,500 feet a minute, please. Brakes are on. I want to see. It's very hard to go slower now because I've got the air brakes out, folks. Look, got the air brakes out. Will I get down in time? Will I burst all the eardrums of the passengers? That's what I'd like to know. Stage flaps. Oh, that's not the flap. Stage flaps. No, don't do that. 13 miles. 13 miles. There's the runway already. I'm going to make it. I'm going to force it down. We are now descending at 4,500 feet a minute. 300 knots. I'm going to be too fast. So what I'll do is not panic, first of all. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it back onto heading mode. And I'm going to do request a right-hand orbit for spacing. Would you like them apples? A right-hand orbit for spacing. Yep. So if I was on now, that's it. I'm sure they'd be nice about it, wouldn't they? Maybe. Way too close. We're doing a 360-degree turn, folks. Let's read the comments. Orbit is the go. Yes, that's from Java. Orbit is the only way forward. So I'm glad I'm not the only one. Your speed is coming back to 250 knots. Oh yeah, Cherokee, thank you. Yeah, it's not descending because it's not going back to 250 knots. So hit approach mode. Excellent. See, you learn by your mistakes, you know. And is it nice? Now, there was a time where I wouldn't have a clue how to get out of that hole. Right, now I know I'm descending too fast. All that kind of stuff. Let's stop that. We don't need to. We don't need to descend that much down anymore, do we? So we go down to 2, 2, 3. So I'm arresting the rate of descent. I'm going to turn all the way around. And what I want to have happen is I want to go direct again. So let's get the view here. Let's go direct to BKY. BKY, let's be quick about it. Direct. BKY. Punch it. Done. We're going direct to BKY. I still haven't figured out why that line is broken. I've got to think fast. Change the Q and H. Oh, I left it at standard. Bugger. See? Do you see when everything happens and other stuff gets left out? Thank you very much. Who was that? Who was that? $3,000 coming up. Change. Paul Smith. Thank you, Paul. Yeah, you see what happened? One thing happens. It's fascinating to actually think. One thing bad happens, and then because you're so busy trying to fix that other thing, that you forget another thing, don't you? You're very low and we're frightening all the sheep. Look at that pilot though. Look at the moon. Are we going to make it? Is the question now. Expecting a right turn on BKY. We are 22 miles out at 10D. I expect. Oh, we have a little 10D, I expect to be at 3,000 feet, which I am already. Now, in the real world, if this happened, you'd be up there for God knows how long now, because you must just slot there's all other aircraft coming into land. You know, so we're 3,000 feet, and BKY's coming up. We're gonna have a nice evening landing, at least, and it would be nice for me to save some fuel and take the air brakes up. There's another mistake. Wow. Yeah, you see, you got to think of all these things. Air brakes are coming up. Now to save some fuel. Speed's under control. Great. I've got one. No, okay. 10 miles out, flaps 1. Please follow the path. Please go now to Charlie Foxtrot 2 something, 28. Why is that straight line there and the others isn't? Keep an eye on my distance, 17 miles out. Let's see if we can get the LS here. Let's see if we can pick up the ILS. Yes, we have an ident. It's 15 miles away. That's fine. It looks like we're on a profile here. It's on the profile, although it's broken. So you know why that's broken? Oh god, the recorder. The landing recorder is now going on as well. Record from here. Yes, thank you. And it's recording. Right, that's that done. So you can see the landing recorded. Okay. We're 15 miles out. Good. Lovely hazy day. Well, it's a lot of moisture builds up in the evening, doesn't it? You know, because it gets cooler and all the moisture that was there will kind of condense. Okay, we've got our localizer coming in. We've got someone spinning in front of us. It's all happening very quick now. 10 miles out, flaps 1. And then 8 miles, flaps 2. Gear down at the downwind or beginning of base. Okay, well let's just land. Is that the runway there? No, I can't see it yet. Can't see the runway. Now, what I'm waiting for, what I'm thinking is the glide path's going to start coming down. When that starts coming down, I'm going to hit the approach button, which is here. Shit, hot break 66. Oh, something else. How are you guys getting on YouTube there? Look at the moon. LS button. Yes, I pressed the LS button. Thank you, Cherokee. Cherokee, you're another knowledgeable one. 10 miles out. Okay, great. Let's put down flaps 1. I'm using the physical control here. Flaps 1. Boom. Here comes the localizer, and I said when it comes into half scale, I will activate the approach button. I'm going to do... I said I'd do it manually. Did I say I'd do it manually, or will I do it... Would you like to see a manual landing, or a Cat 3 all the way down to the ground? Let me know in the chat. I don't have time to type it in. So we're half scale. I'm going to hit the approach button. All indications. We've got the lock there. Good. Cat 3 single. Let's put on the other autopilot, which will give us Cat 3 approach plus. Oh, I don't know what that means, but 2 autopilots are on. Cat 3 dual, great. It's indicated that we're descending now. We're 7 miles out. I'll pop the gear down, shall I? Oh, that's the wrong one. Just see. It's this one over here. That was close. And was it this one? Not this one over here. Gear's coming down. I like it. We're on profile. Everything's fine. It expects a full flap landing. Let us put down flaps 3 at the same time. Flaps 3 coming down now. That's flaps 3 down. Flaps full. Descent at 340 feet a minute. Flaps full. We will now go to flaps 3. I need to arm the this should happen as well. And let's put on the auto brake to max. Oh, we put it at medium. Let's not frighten everybody. What else do we need? That's all. It's fine. I heard a bing bing. That was Ahmed. Is it Ahmed? Ahmed followed a few seconds ago. Ahmed 67897. Welcome. Welcome to the crazy madness. We're on the ILS. We've got 3.6 miles to go. I asked, did you want me to... Oh, first time chat from a viewer. I'm Ahmed. Hello. Ahmed, I said hello to Ahmed. Approach button, Smurf. Yes, I pressed the approach button. The approach button has been pressed. Still Cat 3. Who wants me to do a Cat 3 landing? Will I do it manually? Or Cat 3? Type it in. I also play Microsoft Flight Simulator. Oh, great, Ahmed. Join us for the madness. And you have already. Thank you. I'm learning the Airbus. I nearly stuffed this one up. I think it was a bug. I was like 190 miles out, and then all of a sudden I was 35, 36. The poppies have disappeared. That's worrying. There we go. So we're on profile. Everything's fine. I got myself out of a hole there. Once I see the runway, I'm pretty much home. That's all good. So it's hard to play on keyboard, Ahmed. It is hard to play on keyboard, but you don't need a fancy joystick. Just something with a twisty grip will do. That's 10. That's because I don't have full flaps. Full flaps coming down. I see. I learned another thing. I remember that from everyone telling me last time. You know. So we're on Cat 3. Let's see how this happens here. You know. I don't have. Is that autopilot disconnect button going to work?
300.
Poppies aren't indicating. Poppies aren't indicating anything I like.
100 above.
100 above. Continue.
100. Minimum.
Minimums continue. Yeah, great. I love it. 40. It's flaring.
30.
Cat 3 approach.
20.
20.
10. Retard.
Wow. This is...
Retard.
There we go. Power back. Reverse on. Reverse on. Steer. Now I'm braking. A little bit of right rudder. A little clappy clap there because I thought they were going to die. And 60 knots. Cancel the reverse. And yes, that was wow. That was very flaps up. That was very, very, very interesting. Now I have to say, I have learned some things. I'm going to stop here and do my after landing checks. I have learned some things now. I've definitely learned some things. I would never have gotten myself out of that hole. I wouldn't have had a clue what to do at all earlier if you've been following me learning the Airbus. So I not only did I get myself out of hole, I could take the autopilot out and manipulate the aircraft myself and think outside the box a little bit. And that's when I'm getting ready for VATSIM, because they'll say, okay, turn to a heading of such and such. I'll just park here and do my, you know, so they'll say turn to a heading of such and such, so I wouldn't have to be panicking, you know. So that's great. I'm delighted with that. Let's not stuff it up. Let's get to the gate. Let's get to the gate. I'm going to hold here for a minute. Father Ted in Sim says, Collie D. Jesus, that was tense. No crazy madness midweek, right? He says, a brilliant stream. Thank you very much, Col. Collipop? It's a Collopop D on YouTube. Tease is with us. Snesh, evening, even smoother manually. Smurf, loving the happy passengers. I love the clap. That's FS realistic. That was actually smooth autoland. Yes, it was very good. Good landing. Thank you, Paul. We're going to have a look at the replay now. We're not finished yet. We're going to have a look at the replay. Great. So I was saying to Ahmed on the way down there, you know, it is hard. I used to play it as a kid on the keyboard, you know, and that was very hard on the old school one. Right. Funny check test. No, we've done that. We're not gone around, thankfully. After landing, weather radar off. Let's just keep it because I want to be able to go to the gates and do all the stuff. Weather radar is, yeah. Okay. Flaps retract. I did that. TCAS off. TCAS is off. Boom. I'll stand by. Predictive wind shear off. That is the predictive wind shear. You see, you can't see because it's dark. That's off. I could do Alt L there, so you could. There we go. Victor Richard off. Nose light taxi. I didn't put on my landing lights, folks. We're all panicking. See how much there is to do. You see? And I should have my own little checklist there. And the different phases of flight. So that's on, that's off, retracted. What was that? The nose light to taxi. Landing light off, which it is. Spoilers retract. I think I did that, did I? I did. APU master on. Let's get the APU on. APU master on. And we start the APU. Yes, we do. Anti-ice is required. We have it off. And I learned, the other thing I learned there was the pitot heat is auto. So I think it's on the ground. You have to have it on because you don't want getting out. You get ice on the ground as well. A shutdown. Great. So let's taxi in. There's something else. There's something else. I'm sure of it. No. Okay. Now, oh yeah, here's... We're at Luton, folks. Let's have a quick look at the replay first. Okay. Let's have a look at the replay. Come on, replay. Where are you? Where are you? Replay. We'll stop recording. Let us replay. Pause it. Here we go. Now it's going to start giving out because I've actually taken flaps up already. So don't listen to the warnings. This is the recorder. It's actually the recorder, and all the lights are off and stuff. That's the problem. So I love the haze. So, you know, it wasn't me landing this time. So the lights are flashing, it's gone berserk. So the problems I have making videos, folks, with the recorder, you wouldn't believe. Because it does this kind of stuff. Look at the flash of the lights. Maybe at a celebration. So it's just the lighting we're looking at here now. I love the lighting. So the lighting is actually, look at that, celebration flashy lights. Bingo. I applied a little bit of back pressure here so the nose wouldn't drop so quick. And then I put the reverses on with the nose gears down. I don't know if you've put the reverse. Can you put the reverse on with the nose gears down? But the reverse was on here. It's just the recorder isn't the best. But I think it was a nice smooth landing, no? I think that was a nice smooth landing. Pause replay. All the way to where we were. And stop replay. And there we are. That's someone else coming in there. Taxi. Is that something that was following us? No, that's AI traffic, I think. That's AI traffic. We'll just have to wait. Let's go to the gates. Let us go to the gates. This is my problem here. Right. How do I get to the gate? Turn to Luton Ground. Let me get my pen here. Give me a whole load of instructions. Lots more claps. Request taxi to parking. Group 7, general aviation. Okay, so you want to go to general aviation parking via Hotel Bad. I'm not going to general aviation. Did I not do the right thing here? Should I? I don't want GA. Go back to clearance. See, I can't ask them a question. Okay, it's not going to happen. Let's just go to a gate. Let's find a gate. This is Luton. This is Luton. Which why are the spoilers sticking out? That's from the replay. Let's just get a bit of evening time going here, or we'll just leave it the way it is. It's so sorry, I'll try to wait there for a moment. So this is Luton. This is I paid for this just today because I want to get some more UK airports. Looks pretty impressive. I like the lighting. I do like the lighting. Now, yeah, I chose Luton, by the way, because of the song. It's in the description of the video in YouTube where to look at the song. It's called Luton Airport. Yes, but that looks pretty cool. Now, I was to Luton once years ago in the real airplane. I don't remember, but it's pretty detailed. Let's just make it a little bit brighter, shall we? Just ever so slightly. There we go. Just so you can see. EasyJet there. There's EasyJet. Is that a hangar? Yes, that's a hangar for EasyJet. Look at all these buildings here. Look at all the details of Luton. I'm going to find a gate now in a second. But that looks... Look at the haze. I just can't get over that. Absolutely stunning. Don't like the rooftops there, though. A little bit blurry. Actually, you could try to do a replay again and ATC reset you land. Oh, that's what happened. They don't have the inside of the tower. It's nice to do a shot from inside the tower sometimes. There's the view. The car parks are quite detailed. I'm looking for a gate. I thought they had gates, actual gates in Luton. There's actual physical gates, no? Yeah, he... Oh. Yeah, someone didn't park there very well and they disappeared because they were probably watching the stream. Look at the mist! Brilliant. So there's no gates in Newton. There's no physical gate, is there? No, so let's... Oh, there's a gate there! Oh, it's not a gate at all. So okay, so it's one of those airports that don't have any gates. Well, let's taxi as instructed, shall we? Let's taxi as instructed. Well, that's absolutely stunning, though, doesn't it? Look at the way they've drawn the mist. And that's exactly what it looks like in real life. Absolutely exactly what it looks like in real life. So there you go. Let's taxi to the gate as instructed. So the taxi to what was hotel. We're on Bravo 5 now. So let's just put the parker brake off and just taxi forward. Oh, that was the replay. See? What the hell? I stopped the replay. What did you see? See the problems I have, folks? See what I got to put up with the recorder, you know, making a video. And the good news is Microsoft will have the recorder out in the... Now I can move forward. Microsoft will have the recorder out now. We want to go to B. B is to the left. Now, when I get there, I'm going to put on the ribbon to see if I went to the right place. So we want to go to Bravo now. I think we were on hotel, were we? I'm just following the signs. This is the mystery to me. More signs. There's the red arrows. There's Bravo 7. Now they didn't say they just said Bravo. So, you know. It's best to park the plane before using the recorder, says Senshra. Sarah, I'm going to go Senshra. Yeah, I think so. I think I'll do that. Park first. Don't turn off the engines though, because that even screws things up again. And there you go. I just want to see if they bring the steps to us, folks. You know, it doesn't really matter where you park, but I just like to be able to follow instructions for the parking. You know? You get the marsh there and all that kind of stuff. So, now I'm kind of... Oh, someone said press the V button. I don't think so. No, that's a pain. So what taxiway am I on? I'm lost! I wasn't lost flying. Flying was the easy part. Okay, I stuffed on... Well, there was a bug. And I got out of that hole. And it didn't even give me a gate number. Like, there's number 4 there. And now I know it's me not knowing where to go. We'll just stuff it in here, will we? We'll stuff it in here. This is where I'm going to get into trouble in Tfatsa. Do you see? This is going to be trouble for Tfatsa. That's what's going to happen. Let's see where I am. I do have Navigraph here. And maybe I should have loaded Navigraph to begin with. So I'll go to taxi. There is one here for, where is it? That's briefing. Information. There we go. I was correct in Bravo. Yeah, Bravo. And then Alpha. So there's Bravo. I was correct, Bravo. And where's Alpha then? Oh, yeah. I don't know if that's me or a bug or what's going on, but I'm on Bravo. Alpha. Yeah. And then Delta. Here. So Delta 1 or Delta. So it's here. I wanted to go. So I should have gone... That's very confusing. Bravo. Delta 4. I think it's a bug. I think it's just not maybe set up correctly. This is probably in here to the right here. At gate number 7. Luton, this is Golf Romeo India Papa Papa. Negative with your instructions. We are parking at gate number 7. Don't bother us. Yep. Yep. Park at gate number 7. Very nice markings though, the doors and everything. Let's just slow down very gently and get the nose wheel as close as I can to get to the red line. Let's see if we get any trucks and stuff up here and the passenger gates. Halt there. Let's put the parking brake on. Parking brake is set on. We get kind of a good... Did we get a good hold position there, parking? But I kind of... Not quite, but that'll do. That will do. Let's get some people and passengers and things. Let's shut down the engines. Now I'll follow the shutdown checklist, shall I? And sometimes I just go back. What I'll do is I'll just switch off the engines off. I've got the APU on, so we're not going to shut everything down. Oh, I only put on the master, didn't I? I didn't switch on the APU. Oh, it is on. Oh. APU. Oh, it is. It's on. Okay, great. We'll shut down the beacon light. Okay, all the lights are going to come off. Off, please. They're on now. That's the recorder, folks. That's what that was. Tractor off. Beacon stays on. Strobes off. I'll switch that off there. Seatbelt signs off. They are fine. Fuel pumps off. Right, I'll just switch off the engines for the moment and then we will... Unfortunately my physical buttons aren't working. Oh, they are now. Well, that's interesting. Engines are shut down. We still have power. That's fine. Let's get some steps and stuff and things. So I learned a few things there. Now I'm going to be thinking about this all night. Packs, please. Baggage, please. External power, please. Fuel, please. Catering. Open the aft door. And let's have a look and see if we get all that. There's the steps, and I noticed this the last time. See the steps just disappeared, but they're not moving up to the aircraft. You know, so do I have to open the door first? There's a bus to pick everyone up. So give me the steps. Front door open? No? Is there something I haven't done? Doors. Okay, open the door. Oh, here we go. It's moving. Come on, truck. Oh, here we go. So I didn't... Oh, okay. So blue is on, grey is off. It would be nice for them to change that to green is on and red is off or something, wouldn't it? So I like the steps. I added an add-on. You see here, if you go to flightsim.to, all the trucks are relative. They've got Air BP there for the fuel truck. That would be Gate Gourmet. So they should all be like in the real aircraft. Now, the reverses are still on there, and they shouldn't be. That's the recorder again. They're good. So there's the steps. Very nice. All done. Happy days. I didn't get any baggage. Television wants to turn off. So there you go, folks. I won't dilly-dally. I won't dilly-dally. Actually, this TV's going to turn off in 1 minute. These damn TVs with their auto power. I've got to go searching for the remote control because it'll just switch off and do the stream. So everybody, look, thank you very much for joining me on. It's very late now. It's 12:30 where I am. I didn't expect it to go on so long, but it took a long time to start up the aircraft because I was chit-chatting. Thanks to all for joining. Let's have a quick look at your chats there. Bravo's taxiway. You got off the runway. Yeah, I messed that up there. I admit that. The fuel truck, no, thank you, go away. I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed. Thank you, thank you, Davo. Thank you, everybody. There's so many people I want to thank now for tonight's stream. They're helping me out and helping each other out. That's fantastic. I will be on tomorrow earlier, maybe. I have taken note of your times that you watch midweek streams. It might be like 7, 8 o'clock. I've written down here. Maybe 9 o'clock for some people. Maybe 8. You know. I'll just digest that. Thank you all for watching. We are on for 3.5 hours today. Thank you very much, everyone. I will be on most certainly this week for the big updates for Reno Racing and the Sim of the Year update for Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'll stream first, then make my videos. And thank you, everyone, so much for watching the stream. Hopefully next time I'll do a little bit better on the Airbus. Now I'm going to have to do the Airbus again tomorrow night. We will see. Everybody, I'm looking for the outro button here. That's why I'm looking over here. I'll see you very, very soon. Thank you very much and have a great sleep. And I'll see you very, very soon. Aha!